Well, hello everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing on this fine Wednesday? Assuming it is Wednesday for you. And if it's not, you're probably up a little too late, honestly. Not to judge. I'm just saying, why isn't it Wednesday for you? How are you all doing? It's been a little bit. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe. I'm very ready to play a game wrong again. But on purpose. See, the difference is this time it's intentional. For learning. And I thought Genshin Impact would be a fun one to do this with. In part because, again, it's another one sort of similar to... it's got a lot of similarities with Breath of the Wild and some of the other open world games we've looked at in this way. But also it's one that I've never put in more than an hour of time into any version of Genshin Impact. And I feel like I've not spent long enough with it to fully, grasp what it is. And usually when any game achieves this kind of success, I want to put in enough time to where I feel like I get it, you know? Just as a person who works in games, I want to understand the appeal. Or just as a fan of entertainment media of any kind, when I see a lot of people being way into a thing and I don't understand why, I want to understand why, you know? Good prompt, Defiance Falcon. I shall hydrate. Not a bad idea. I know that there are several different surface level kinds of appeal to Genshin Impact. Gacha type games can have their own appeal for people, or can be single point put off for lots of others. And neither answer's wrong there. Just any game that has cute anime girls can be all the appeal you need. But there's a lot of games that are quite bad that where cute anime girls will not save them. And I don't think you can get this big if there's not some appeal in there. That's the thing. There's lots of reductive things that one could say, that one could try to boil it down to, people just like it because this. And sometimes maybe there's some truth to that. But if a lot of people are way into a thing, there's something to it. Maybe it's not a secretly, ultimately great thing, but there is an appeal there. And I want to understand it. And I'm not saying that we're going to get into the full depth of it and understanding all that Genshin Impact is in just a few hours, especially a few hours with a first-time player playing the game wrong to understand how it works under the hood. But I figure as long as I want to both understand Genshin Impact and also learn how it works, let's do both. It'll just go a little slower is all. And I think I should actually record this too. Not just the VOD. We always have VODs, but with the wrong plays, I've been recording them with our usual play frame method as well, in case we want to try editing them down later for a play frame release. So I'll set that up in a few seconds. Oh yeah, no, all streams are saved. We have a VODs channel linked down below, or in our About section, where every stream is archived. But with the wrong play things especially, I think there's potentially some value in making more edited down versions of these sessions for folks who want to enjoy the wrong play experience without sitting through hours and hours, you know? Thank you, Ashton. Ashton with the with a command prompt and a link right there in chat. Thank you. Random thing. Hang on, sorry. Iron Marcus wrote a thing. Random thing related to Genshin that you probably won't be able to see here, but I'm curious to hear about. While the game has a selectable protagonist, apparently some of the cutscenes in-game use the male model with the female pasted over it, sort of? Is that something that happens often in your experience? I don't know. And nor do I fully understand what you're describing. It could be, based on my limited understanding and having not actually seen the example, I could see it being a case where they've got a single animation rig that they have applied the femme model to, so as to not have to animate the scene twice, potentially. Like, there's lots of animation sharing that happens in games like this. That's pretty common. But it sounds like, from what you're describing, that sounds more extreme somehow. Anyway, I've sat here rambling long enough to let people have time to filter in. Let me go off mic for a couple of seconds here to get the recording aspect set up, and then we'll dive into this nonsense, huh? We'll learn something. All right, BRB, enjoy the tunes. Okay, I'm back, and let's get into this. I have like a loose general idea of what to expect, but not the bigger whole. So this will be something. Oh, a new update. Wait, do I have to go outside the game to get the update? Are you serious? That can't be serious. We're on a console. You can just update. Cross-platform online games are complex, so I don't think it's going to start downloading resources until I do this. Okay, give me a sec. You know, game, if you just wanted to hear more chill tunes, we could just do more chill tunes. Don't all act like it's whatever. Even if there's a download, that's fine. We've got pretty good speeds here. I'm a little shocked that it does not auto update like most games would, though. Oof. That's not an ideal note to start with. Not sure how many gigs, but it is going to be... Oof, probably like a half hour. That's going to be fun. What shall we do? It may not be a whole half hour. It may actually go faster than that. I guess we could wrong play something else. That's true. What could we wrong play in just like 20 to 30 minutes? A single round of Hollow Cure. It does last exactly that long, doesn't it? No, come on. Let's see. There is something funny about this. So I would have started the game to get it all set up right beforehand, but I was worried that, like, what if it like launches right in? Like, some games just, you start them and they go right in right away. And then you've got like a save established and all that. And so I was like, oh, well, we'll just do it live. It'll be fine. Surely they won't have 25 minutes of, oh man. We're doing it live now, though. I mean, I can answer some questions in here real fast, but let's see. Iron Marcus, I think what you're describing sounds to me like a bug. It sounds to me like there is a cutscene or two where, like, every one of those scenes is going to have a toggle between which version of the protagonist it is, right? Like, if it's pre-rendered, there's just got to be 2 rendered versions of the scene, one with the femme protagonist, one with the masculine protagonist. Or if it's in engine, which is honestly more likely these days, then it's probably a case where the scene has like a little toggle in it that's supposed to auto it's supposed to put the right character model in the scene, and maybe there's just a bug in there where the wrong one gets flipped to the wrong one for a couple of shots. Odd that it's been like that seems like the sort of bug though that would have gotten fixed, honestly. Especially over as many updates as the game has had. The fact that it's something that's infamous enough that it's gotten notoriety suggests to me that it's been around for a little bit, that bug. So, in either case, it seems like a bug, right? The download is going faster than it suggested. We're down to like 16 minutes now, so I'll just keep here. We'll chat, whatever. We never just hang out anymore, chat. We'll just hang out and chat while a download finishes going. And I'll just answer some of y'all's questions. Manduck asks if I have played any other MMORPGs besides Final Fantasy XIV. Oh yeah, several. Not like, I haven't necessarily spent a long time in many of them. My first MMO was Final Fantasy XI, which I spent many years in, and I don't recommend doing so anymore. And I say that as someone who has many fond memories in it. It's just it's a pre-World of Warcraft MMO, and MMOs pre-World of Warcraft were not very user-friendly and I'm going to be painfully honest here, fun. After that, I spent a lot of time with World of Warcraft. That's probably the other one that I spent the most time with, and enjoyed a lot. I've played progressively less and less of it with each expansion, but I've enjoyed WoW a lot, and I think the changes WoW brought to the genre it's made it a popular genre in a way that it never would have been before. But then a lot of folks tried making MMOs that could compete with WoW, and none could for a long time. So I'm actually kind of glad that we finally are to a point where there can be other MMOs that can succeed in the space. But really, those are the other 2 main ones. I've dipped into other ones kind of for educational purposes from time to time, but 14's definitely the one that I spend the most time in now. There's a request that I stretch. It's not a bad plan, especially since we clearly have a minute. So hang on, I'll stand up and stretch for a second. Gotta stretch. Hang on, I heard Donald. But why did I hear Donald? Bits, what? Smug Rainbow Pony, thank you very much. I've been loving Dermot and his snack saga. Thank you for the Final Fantasy XIV story mode. Oh, thank you. I'm very glad you're enjoying it. Also, sorry, I missed it earlier. Thank you. Give me a username 159 for the bits as well. Dan attempts to beat Through the Fire and the Flames modded into Trombone Champ. I couldn't beat I could beat them, but I couldn't play well on the easiest songs on Trombone Champ. And I dabbled in some of the harder ones. You all saw how that went. We know what would happen. I'd miss all the notes, and it would sound bad. It wouldn't even sound funny bad. It wouldn't even sound like, oh, you're playing that song, but comically wrong. It would just be, here's random notes on a trombone. Favorite gaming snack? I'll usually, if I'm feeling snacky, I'll usually just chew on some gum or something, but I think kind of one of my go-to snacks often is just popcorn. It's a pretty nice light snack. And I've started eating popcorn with chopsticks, actually. Partly just for chopsticks practice, but also because that way your hand doesn't get covered in salt and oil and all that stuff, and so you're not getting it all over your all over your gamepad or anything else. I highly recommend it. Goodness, there's many chats. It also does force you to eat the popcorn a little more slowly, which is nice. Oh, you eat Cheerios with chopsticks. That seems like a food that is pretty agreeable for chopsticks, the ring shape. Oh, Cheetos. Also, yeah, maybe not as agreeable shape-wise. There's not like a nice convenient ring shape, but way messier to eat by hand. Do I know Gravity Rush? I do know Gravity Rush. I liked the first one a lot. I didn't like finish it, but cool art, great music, fun setting. It's got a fun vibe. Gravity Rush is good. Nine minutes left. We can do this. Hang in there, everyone. Stay strong. We sure are. Whoa! Goodness. Hey now. Thank you very much for gifting all those subs, Cyclops boy. It's very generous of you. Thank you. Also, thank you for the bits. Go Mikes. Go Mikesy. Go Mikese. Sorry. Derman snack delivery montage. And Rikipstar with bits as well. Thank you. These keep sneaking past me. While I'm checking the download time, I guess. With HoloCure being free and having a lot more unique things going for it over Vampire Survivors and being free, does being free take away value? And being free, does it take value away from Vampire Survivors? I don't think so. Like, I don't think two games existing in a space should... Like, I don't think these games have to be going head-to-head. I think they can be complementary, especially in a space where a game has kind of established a genre that didn't exist before. Then it's just more games in that genre populating the space quickly, which is nice. Like, the first thing that happens once you finally run out of stuff to do in Vampire Survivors, which takes a long time, is you're probably looking for, like, is there anything else that's going to give me what I've been enjoying from Vampire Survivors? Which is exactly when you want a really high quality, good thing to go to that also brings a little something new. So yeah, I don't think it, if anything, I think it just draws more people toward the genre. Because if you discover HoloCure before Vampire Survivors, odds of never hearing about Vampire Survivors seems pretty slim. Like, you're gonna hear about it eventually. By accident at that point. How's Genshin been? Loading. But we're almost there. I made the mistake of thinking that the game was going to update in the background. Unless a big update, like, just dropped. Then I guess it kind of waits until you've opened it before it starts downloading some updates. Even on console, which is not what I expect. We wrong played too close to the sun. We'll get there. We'll get there. Rikipstar has redeemed the analyze that animation thing, and asking what happens if I redeem this while we're waiting. Well, it doesn't technically include an animation to analyze, so I guess kind of nothing. You did manage to hit the button, though, and prompt up a thing. There's not much animation to analyze at this time, though. Don't worry, there will be so many to analyze so soon. Minutes from now. Mere minutes. Hang on. More gifted subs? Ah, Baha Bali, thank you. Look at the hype train go. You generous goofs. Analyze my own Be Right Back animation. Well, it is scrolling somewhat linearly and loopingly to the left. And there's a nice visualizer with the synced to the music on screen, which is a nice element. It is weird to, like, it's weird to me how much effort you have to manually go to make visual and audio elements sync in OBS when streaming. Like, I get it. It just seems like the sort of thing that should be... It's weird that there's not, like, just an automatic single-button solution for that now, right? I felt surprised by that, coming into streaming 10 years after it took off. Oh, thanks for the gifted sub, Judica Fortis. I mean, enjoy this Be Right Back screen. We've only got it for like 4 more minutes. Assuming there's not like 10 more updates of equal size after this, in which case, technically, we'd have been playing Genshin Impact the most wrong. So... This is what I wanted. It's on purpose. Well, only 4 minutes left. It's been going for a little bit. About 15 minutes, really. We do have pretty good internet in here, though. You lost your Genshin Impact game after your mail got hacked. Oh, dear. Given how much, like... time people seem to put into this game. That sounds like quite the loss. My sympathies. What is my internet speed? Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head. I haven't looked in a while. Satisfactory, though. Generally, I'm quite happy with how fast stuff downloads. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Licky00. Welcome, and thanks for the bits, J-Post. Sorry, Serena Slack, that you had to go to bed before we actually started playing the video game. But thanks for joining anyway. And thanks for the bits. Give me a username. How off-putting would it be if the Be Right Back text scrolled left to right instead? It would be disorienting, right? Like, it's scrolling in the direction that we read English language. So... it would be some... real, true chaos to scroll the text the other way. Throw you off a bit, anyway. It would be frustrating to read, I think. And I don't aim to frustrate people here. Any more than we already are. 46 seconds left, by the way. Could scroll it up and down, that's true. Just really go wild. 30 seconds, hopefully. So, I do know that at the start of this game, you choose either, like, mask or femme protagonist. And I think just to speed things along, I'm gonna go with the femme protagonist and go with the canon name, which is, I think, Lumine? Am I right there? Genshin people, help me out. Fantastic. Okay, good. All right, moment of truth. Updates in, and I don't see a new one just popping in right away. So, let's press the button and see. Click. So, what happens? Fingers are crossed. I'm very excited to play the game incorrectly. Downloading more things but in-game now. That's a promising sign. Loading. Also good. We need both of those things for the game to work. With this floor building in front of us, it almost feels like we are the loading bar. Slowly filling till you get to the door. And I guess that's actually literally what they're doing. I like it. Well, here we go, about, what, 20 minutes later than intended? It's fine, though. Doing it live. Go, start game. Hello. What? Oh, I guess we're here now. I must have started this on PlayStation at some point, I guess. I wonder if you can start it like a new one. Like... I wonder. Start from the true beginning. It is amazing how many ways I'm managing to play wrong before we've even started. I'm reaching my final form. I'm tempted to try to figure out how to delete, like, save and start fresh. But at this point... Is it even worth it? It's a very pretty game, though. Sorry, I'm just taking a second to, like, get acquainted here. Edit profile. That's fun. It's a kind of disorienting, like, menu a little bit. At least on, like, first blush. Just first getting in here. Change, edit nickname. Oh, that's a thing we could do. Heck, why not? Let's get this fixed, at least. Wrong. Try it again. Here we are. We're off to a very weird start with this wrong play today. If I'm honest. There are various ways to earn adventure XP and raise your adventure rank, whether it be completing various quests, opening chests, completing investigations in your adventurer handbook, revitalizing ley line blossoms scattered throughout the world. It's a lot of stuff to do. I'm amazed a version of this can run on mobile, frankly. Y'all are cute. Do they let you, like... So here's a question up front. So this is kind of like an online game, like you get an account and you play for a long time. Do they give you, like, an easy way to just restart from start? No? Don't go that way, I guess. Do they give you, like, an easy way to just, like, hey, start from the beginning? They don't at all? Wow. Weird. That's wild. I guess it does make sense as an anti-grief system. Well, hang on. Like, how online is this game? Can you be playing this with other people? You can change servers and stuff? Well, whatever. We just barely started the game. There was a cutscene. Lots of pretty. We walked over a hill. I remember walking over a hill, and you see big, pretty world in sort of Breath of the Wild style. And then you're here. And now we're learning some basics. So, okay. Unleash elemental burst with triangle. They've been asking so nicely for a while here. And it works.
Animal powers you got from the Statue of the Seven.
Thank you.
Everyone's so jealous. Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers?
I couldn't tell you. I'm still learning a lot, Paimon. Yeah, we are... Anything we've skipped is literally just like 3 to 5 minutes at most, so we're basically still at the start here. It's just a little disorienting dropping right in. So I'm right there with you. Apologies. My bad. I bet it's still linked to, like, I probably started this a tiny little bit when it first came out, like on PS4 back in the day, and my PS5, it's still being the same account. It's probably still kind of like connected and linked to that from way back when. Find the nearest. Hang on. I heard sounds. Several of them. First off, thank you visiting from the VODs for the bits and Black Ash Fire. And also, give me a username again. Dan is wrong playing his Genshin Impact stream and the game. It's wrong playception up in here. Yeah, no, it's going so wrong so far that I feel we should really, at this point, just lean into it. So let's just, before we can even start wrong playing, let's find our feet. Let's look at the buttons and stuff we have on the screen. Just sort of very beginning understanding game. We have, bottom right corner, we've got our like various commands. So like R1 to dash, cool. We've got a stamina meter that pops up. We've got a camera mode that I really should invert or this is gonna be rough for all of us. Hang on. Better. Also probably better. Yep, good, okay. Back in it, cool. Hi, Paimon, I forgot you show up sometimes. Let's see. I can press up on the D-pad to see more about Lumine, or I thought I could. Oh, no, that's the character switching menu, and there's only one character here yet, so that's all I'm seeing. Right. Still below that, we got R2. For a big attack, it seems like. That has to charge, okay. Sorry for this very beginner stuff. I'm just getting myself acquainted, and also anybody who's not seen the opening few minutes. Circle for basic sword attacks and sword attack combos. Not bad. X to jump. Very good. Okay. I really do like the detail of the I don't really know what to call it. I guess kind of like sort of scarf cape type thing that flies behind her. That is a really nice little looping animation. And that's not like actual physics. That's hand animated for sure. And I can tell because it doesn't really, it sticks out straight behind you. Like it's not actually following physics, but it's a well-animated thing like that. It's very good. I would dig into this, but that's too much. We'll get into that later. I do like Paimon. You're nice though. It's good to see you. Okay. Statue of the Seven. Start autoplay. Confirm. Statue's blessing. Restorative power. Auto recover when nearby. On the one hand, I feel like, oh, I should know what this all means. On the other, I don't think they teach you what any of this means in the first few minutes. I think this is all new. No, it's auto text scroll, I see. Gotcha, yeah. Except there's... There we go, okay. What is the tutorial telling me to do? Go to Mondstadt. I'm going to follow their directions for now. Hey, nice dive. Can I swim faster? Yeah, with a dash, okay. And I can catch fish. My fish now. It is a really lovely environment, though. Like, just gorgeous aesthetic they've gone with here. Which has clearly taken some inspiration from Breath of the Wild, but it is definitely its own...
Wow, what is that? There's something huge in the sky.
Right you are, Paimon, thank you.
Towards the heart of the forest. We must proceed with caution.
Got it. That I will. I see a level 3 over here. Who could use a good... thwacking. But also, apple. Hey, that R2 is quite effective. Okay, goodness, there's lots of berries, there's lots of stuff. They're definitely throwing a lot more stuff at you a lot faster than Breath of the Wild does, not easing you in quite as much. Which is okay, it's not like necessarily a problem, it just can be a little bit more overwhelming at once. Like, I've got 2 Wanderer's Advice and Adventurer's Experience, which that one I can kind of guess at, and a pocket watch. is a lot of information at once. Not quite Monster Hunter bad yet, but getting there. Y'all are cute. And I'm taking your fruit now. Well, here, I'll leave those 3 for you. I just want 1. Hold down the shortcut wheel and access the character screen. Ooh, you're the boss, game. Ah, here we are. Level up the character to improve stats. I will. I think. Level up character up to 20 and receive goodness. Okay, this is a lot. Hang on. It's a lot. All right. Oh, I was wondering what the sound was. They're stretching. Got it. Okay. I guess confirm. I'm level 5 now. Go me. Well, good. Now I can equip artifacts also. Okay. The menus are very pretty. Like, I'm overwhelmed by a lot of stuff, but just visually, very pretty game. Energy recharge, 3.5. Sure. It doesn't sound like any part of that could be bad. Okay. We can wrong play on purpose a little bit more later, once we found our feet here. Let's get a little further into tutorial where there's like, where we can see more of what's going on. And out of stamina. It's true, one cannot properly wrong play until one knows how to right play.
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
Some nice character shading in here too. Like, they're not trying to trick you into thinking you're looking at a 2D image at all, but they are definitely getting the appeal of the 2D art that they're trying to capture here. The characters are looking good in 3D, and I'm glad that we're getting to a point where, like, most games that try to get that anime character look right in 3D can more easily than they used to be able to. We've learned a lot of tricks.
Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks.
You're welcome. Good thing the dragon didn't notice us.
Just what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon.
Is talking to dragons normal? Honest question.
Of course not.
Oh.
Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look.
I will.
Careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this.
This is your idea.
Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is. All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay, we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
I'm adventure rank 3 now. There's a lot to absorb. But boy, some real pretty environment art. I am impressed. Ooh, a chest. I want it. Hang on. Oh yeah, and we got the climbing. We got climbing.
Is this an answer from this world?
What?
Hey, you! Stop right
May the Animo God protect you, stranger.
Hello.
I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves.
Well, we're not looking for trouble.
That's what all the troublemakers say.
You got us there. Hello, I'm Lumine.
Doesn't sound like a local name to me. And this mascot, what's the deal with it?
I could not tell you, but this is the funnier answer.
Hey, that's even worse than being a mascot.
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right? Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
Oh, aren't you out here for some other reason?
I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet.
Why so suspicious?
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight. I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers.
That sounded so fake.
Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius handbook?
There's a handbook? Welcome! I've obtained a 4-star character. It's that easy. And now we can press right on the D-pad to switch to Amber. And enter aiming mode. And fire. And miss. There we go. All right, so...
Suspicious travelers, what are you doing in Mondstadt?
She got separated from her brother during a really long journey. Paimon is her travel buddy, helping her to find her brother.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh. Okay, let me finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city.
Oh, that's helpful.
What exactly is it you need to finish doing first?
It's simple. You'll understand in a bit.
All right, L1 button, hold to open the shortcut wheel and access the character screen. Got it. Select the character. Oop, I shouldn't have just pressed a button. Select a character to check with R1 and R2. Okay. All right, so okay, we can toggle between characters here in the menu. Got it. Available weapons. I do love the, like, switching between different options here kind of, like, changes the character's pose to, like, the most relevant thing. Well, that's a cool, just, like, visual touch. Not necessary, but just cool visual flair, right? We can switch to a new weapon we got, though, which is slightly better and prettier. And now I've done it.
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
Where specifically? Oh, wait, on the mini-map. Okay. But I saw berries, and I wanted those first. All right, so now we can swap characters at will. Which is nice. So they also both have quite different abilities, I assume? Yep. What's this R2 attack?
Go, Baron Bunny!
What? Well, you're very cute. I don't know if you're helpful, but you're very cute. And you exploded. Well, it was a nice relationship while it lasted. So...
A hilichurl.
Quick, get it!
Ooh! A teleport waypoint unlocked. Nice! You there! Be shot! Thank you! L1 plus up for combat knowledge. Oh. For where the tutorials live. Nice! Attacking weak spots, okay. Pyro attacks can cause beings to become affected by pyro. So, okay, so fire damage over time. Absorb elemental orbs and elemental particles to replenish energy, dealing elemental damage, defeating opponents, or performing other actions might also generate elemental orbs. Some elemental skills produce different effects depending on whether you press or hold them. All right, there's a lot of information. A lot of information. Granted, it seems like it's a game with like a lot of stuff to it. So similar to Monster Hunter, there's so much to teach.
Close to the city recently. My task this time is to clear out their camp.
There's so much to teach, which can make it just hard to figure out how to ease the player in without feeling like you're being too handholdy. Like, it's such a delicate balance. And sure, like, if a player sticks with it, they'll learn it eventually one way or another, but a bad tutorial can just make someone put the game down right away, so you really don't want that to be a point of a lot of friction or confusion up front when you can avoid it. Okay, so this is an objective, right? Clear out the nearby camp. This I can do. Gotta learn to right play before we can wrong play. And shoot, apparently. Learn to shoot next. Here. Have some of this. Have a distraction. I found it distracting. Ha! And then you explode, yes? Yeah! Okay, that's fun. Do I have melee attacks? Or no, it's all shooting, but it's kind of like more melee unaimed shooting. That's fun. And fun animations, too. We will dig more into the animations a little bit further in once I've got a little bit more of a grounding. Once I found my feet.
Nothing to it. Though I've gotta say, you surprised me a little with your moves there. Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel?
These things are tougher than they look. I'll be honest.
You mention it. How is it the hilly trails ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to cities like this.
Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed and the local market has been affected as well. When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so the Knights of Favonius have been tied up doing the best they can to defend the area.
So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer.
I gotta give the devs credit. Like,
Come with me.
for a game that where one of the core appeals is like
City safely.
cute anime girls you can play as, they've like clearly a lot of attention has gone into their design and like costume design and looks and all that sort of stuff, and like it's clear a lot of effort went there and it's paid off. I think like these are some just really appealing looking characters. And now I have some mint. I've got a lot going for me today. I downloaded the rest of the game. I started it 5 minutes in. Sped run the first 5 minutes, you might say. And then slow run the 10 minutes after. So I lost some minutes there, but so far, making good time. Break the boxes, you say? Sorry. Only humans here will have to break them. Eat plenty. Maybe I will. Press to view ingredient process page. I can make sugar. And now I have. I think I made whatever. How's it going?
What should I cook next? Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No, we just happened to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells good!
I see. Welcome, travelers.
Oh, the sugar's being made and it'll be ready in a few minutes. Ah, that makes sense.
As you can see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes. Eat before you go. The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Glad I have some of you more experienced players here
Kevin just loves picnics.
to fill in the gaps in my understanding.
Our partner here is good at cooking as well.
I can only cook a few simple dishes. Let's lie. I'm very good at cooking and I love it.
Oh, there's a cooking pot right there. Show me what you got. It's
Way
good to
ahead
have
of you.
someone to practice
Your
with.
sugar's ready.
There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
She's calling my bluff. All right, so be it. I hate this barrel, and I will make whatever that is you said. We cook. All right, so this restores max HP and an additional bunch of HP to the selected character. Okay, cool. I'm trying to read more of the text on screen so I don't get too darn lost here. Select character. Okay. We'll stick with that one. That's fine. Cook manually. Ooh. Little minigame. Also, my controller is making little cooking sounds, and that's cute. I have cooked food.
Is it done? Mmm. Smells good.
Oh, certain later characters have cooking bonuses. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Now that's really tasty. You're indeed gifted.
Paimon told you so.
With your culinary skills, you should try more difficult dishes. Oh, I've got some raw ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients.
So hang on. If you pause the game and speak into the controller, Paimon will react.
Carefully. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known
As a
the Banter
PS5
that sells
exclusive
food and
feature.
ingredients.
Really?
Go have a look when you've got the time.
All right.
Okay, thank you for the info. Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
Cook your own food. Hang on, I'm testing a thing. So, no, not that menu. Other menu. Hang on, let me remember the button to go into the character menu. Boom. Paimon, can you hear me talking right now? Hello? Is this the menu you meant, or is there another menu? The options menu? So I did have the right one. So like this one here? Paimon, do you hear us speaking? I have a PS5 controller. You have to listen to me. Paimon. Hello. Don't act like you can't see me. Hey. I'm not sure it's working. I wonder if I have this turned off. Maybe the mic is off. Paimon. Hey. You know what? We'll practice that trick later. We've got so much more game to see. Goodness, it's pretty. They're really taking advantage of the just increased horsepower of the hardware they're making these for. But granted, these come out on phones and stuff too, but like the fact that this is also out on PS5 and PC and stuff like that, they're making a pretty looking game. Like, what a lovely town.
Let me officially introduce the city of wind, dandelions, and freedom. Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt.
Finally, no more having to camp outdoors. But the city folk don't look too cheery.
Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently. But everything will turn out fine as long as Jean's with us.
Jean?
I kind of agree, Ringlehotch. It does feel like that is a weird collection of things to be city of. It's like they
Jean,
flipped through a dictionary and chose 3 words at random.
Jean on our side. Surely even the vicious storm terror will
And had to
be
roll
no
with it.
match for us. Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, traveler. It's
What?
a reward for helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp.
Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward?
Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
Sticky honey roast!
Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
Did you forget the name of it? I bet it has an official name, doesn't it? That she just does not remember. I'm getting so many things. None of which I know what mean.
This used to be a bustling street, but with so many storm terror attacks recently, the usual crowds are nowhere to be seen.
Dang.
Except for the local tavern near the city wall over there. They haven't been affected. If anything, their business is better than ever.
Well, hold that thought, Amber. I've got an objective thing. Hang on. Quest objectives. Maybe that's not the one. Quest objectives. Yes? No? It had it in here somewhere. That's the one. Okay, nice. All right. Got myself a marker. Ooh, and a little, like, glittery trail for how to get there. I'm sure they won't mind if I just, like, I'm sure there's a normal path here, but I don't have time. Oh, is there a teleport spot? Did I just, like, run right past it? I bet I did. Hang on. Yep, right there. Let's grab that. Later, us will be happy. Thanks for the reminder. All right, Reika, like, redeemed sort of an analyze that animation thing a half hour ago, and there was just too much going on for me to stop and do it. But let's, all right. We'll just do it on this run right here. Solid run. Like, again, the basic animations for these characters I've seen so far are very appealing, look really nice. Fairly, like, basic, nothing too complicated here. Like, the way these animations are blending together. They're not, like, wildly complex systems from what I can tell, but, like, as just a basic run, yeah, really nice, appealing. Especially with the work on the trailing cape, scarf, whatever thing. Like, that looks really nice. It could look even nicer with, like, a little bit of actual physics attached to it so that, like, that animation was still playing, but a little bit of real-time physics did make it sort of drag behind a little bit based on your movement, but that would also be a good bit more processing intensive, and since this also has to run on a phone, I could see them kind of designing some of these animation systems to be sure that they can work on the simplest, weakest hardware this game has to be made for, and find other easier ways to scale up for higher power platforms than designing custom animation systems that don't work on every version of the game. Especially then because, like, cheaper versions of the game couldn't get a core part of, like, the motion appeal of the way this character moves. Have we gotten into the gambling yet? Not yet. Nope. We haven't really gotten into the gacha aspect, other than the fact that Ember joined as a 4-star character. Presumably because of how well I was doing. And my objective is just on the other side of that wall, but I don't know if I can climb that high, so I'll take the stairs. It's a really nice dash. Like, hang on, let's let the thing refill here. Dash! It feels... So, I think one reasonably fair criticism I think you could level at Genshin Impact, and it's not one that's just like a damning one that I think is just makes the game irredeemable in any way or anything, but it is a lot of the art, and especially a lot of the animation is somewhat derivative. It is not hiding its inspirations in many ways, and in some cases, the animations it is imitating are maybe a little bit too close to the things that they're... So, okay. When you're in, like, in-game animation, we take inspiration from other games we see all the time. Like, we look at cool attack combos in one game and we think, oh, I'll make a version that's kind of like that, but a little different for my game on my character. Like, everyone does that. You do have to, like, make it your own, though. And there are some animations and animation sets I see on some characters in clips with this game that are not changed enough. Like, that dash there and that run, the run animation is far enough away from the 2B Nier Automata run. It is a quite different run. It's close, but it's not the same. The dash is also probably somewhat different, but together the feel of them is very like, wow, this does feel like almost pulled right out of Nier Automata and applied to this character. Which is kind of okay in small doses here and there. And I guess there's like nothing, like, they're not going to get sued or anything. Just every now and then if I see that a game is pulling if a lot of animations from any given game look a lot like animations from a bunch of other games, like they just kind of rotoscope copied a bunch of animations from a bunch of other games, it does make me kind of side-eye a little bit. Just a little.
So, the present I want to give you is a wind glider. Outriders use them to ride the wind, and the people of Mondstadt love using them too. I brought you here to give it to you, so you can experience it right away.
Wow, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Well, that's because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's give it a whirl. It's easy to use, but you still need to pay attention to my instructions.
Pretty amazing gift for someone you met 5 minutes ago. So, we move forward, but dangerous. Proceed carefully. Go! It's a funny freeze frame with the environment still going, but us definitely locked. Glide while airborne. Boom. Fun. We have wings. Yeah, as you can see, the game is not hiding its inspirations at all. Which, again, is okay. Breath of the Wild is a good game worth imitating. And there are a lot of other aspects of this game that they have made their own. Just the animations and the, some of the animation sets and some of the aspects of the design do feel a little on the nose in places, but it's all right. And yeah, I imagine the game does distinguish itself more as its own thing the further you get into it, and especially the more content they've added, as it has found huge success. Like, I'd be surprised if it didn't develop more and more of its own singular identity. And like, this is some well-directed 3D anime action too. There's some really nice camera movement and stuff like that.
Float like this with just a wind glider.
Oh, we're Star Foxing.
Watching your fall with the power of 1,000 winds. Now, concentrate. See yourself grasping the wind. Harness its energy.
Who said that?
Oh, no, we are actually Star Foxing. All right. Bad news, dragon. Someone gave me an air glider, and now I'm invincible. Can't let you do that, Star Fox. What's my opinion on the music so far? What I've heard of it sounds quite lovely. Granted, I'm having to keep the volume a little bit down so it doesn't get picked up by the mic too much right now, but what I'm hearing does sound quite pretty.
You've actually got the power to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally? Or a new storm?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
Storm Terror is attacking Mondstadt itself.
I've absorbed a lot of information today.
Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps forgetting to introduce us?
Oh, right. This is Kaya, our cavalry captain. These two are travelers from afar.
From afar? Is that all we know of them?
Long story short,
I'm enjoying this. I'm insane. There's plenty of people in chat who are clearly very familiar with this game and have put in time and know all about it. And I'm enjoying, like,
I'm not really sure why you're
I don't understand half of what y'all are saying, but I'm really delighted that this is a thing that... I know that's how I sound, talking about lots of games that I'm way into around people who don't know them yet. And so, like, I find it delightful. I'm really glad that y'all are way into this. I'm excited to start slowly learning a bit of it. Let's see, couldn't we just leave the situation to fester? That's how I solve most of my problems. Where's the reward, though? Last reward I was given was, like, some food and an air glider.
How about a traditional Mondstadt delicacy? Sticky honey roast.
I see you've chosen food. Good answer.
The dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens. The acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius is also very interested in meeting you, and formally invites you both to our headquarters.
Boy, they love me in this town already. Dressing room. Delightful. Okay. Access the character screen. Let's learn something. R3 for the dressing room. Okay. And outfit. Rising Star. That's the one we have. Oh, you can unlock various wing gliders. That's kind of fun. With different looks and aesthetics to customize your character. Ah, cool. Neat. Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of combine the playing a game with cute anime characters whom you can also... Like, combining that with the gacha, I can see how these two work together in very fun ways. Like, either with unlocking characters, or cool versions of characters, or, like, customizable look aspects for different characters. That, like, I can definitely see the appeal of having your roster of characters and making them look all cool and pretty. Like, it's a strong appeal in any game, I think. I'll take it. And some of them are just straight up buyable. Yeah, that makes sense too. Oh, so the outfits aren't gacha at all. They're just entirely, just sort of like a microtransaction thing, I'm guessing? Just go buy them from the store? Oh, through time-limited events or IRL currency. Okay. Outfits are free if you play during the event, otherwise you pay for them. Okay, well that's a fine enough way to handle it. That's fine. Yeah, well, microtransaction as a term has gotten stretched a lot these days, but it's the best term I got for it. And there's also only like 7 buyable outfits. Also kind of understandable, given the amount of work they're clearly putting into these designs and how much work then needs to go into making sure those things animate right and play right in various scenes, like... And since they have a lot of characters as well, is it like 7 outfits per character, or is it like 7 outfits in the game?
This seems to be the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Let's head in.
You're the boss, tiny friend. Total. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. It seems like they're leaning more into unique characters than unique costumes anyway. Like, the costume is a huge part of each character's identity,
Gene,
it seems like.
What's the hurry? I thought we agreed to meet them here.
There have been sightings of storm terror outside the city. Once we meet, we must...
Relax. I'll lend a hand when the time comes.
Gene, I've brought them.
It seems like you'd need to play this game for a good while
And once it was
to become familiar enough with all the characters to where you would recognize them easily outside their costume. Like, if they all swapped into each other's different costume look, you'd have to have played for a good while to be able to still instantly tell, oh, that's that one, that's that one, that's that one.
This is Lisa, our resident librarian.
Oh, are you sweeties here to help us out? You're both so adorable.
Thank you.
Sadly, the timing is regrettable. Storm terror has caused quite a ruckus in the region since its recent resurgence. Simply put, Mondstadt's elemental sphere and ley lines are now akin to a yarn ball in the paws of a kitten. For a mage, it couldn't get much worse. My skin is one elemental particle away from a full-blown breakout.
If it weren't for this interference, the Knights of Favonius would have better ways to help you than just putting up missing person posters. We simply ask that you repose in Mondstadt while we help you seek out your brother.
Works for me. Where's the inn?
Hey, don't be such a slug. We should be a part of this too.
But I've done so much today.
In that case, we need a plan.
With Storm Terror now directly attacking Mondstadt, we may have an opportunity to cut this problem off at the source. Lisa has revealed the sources of Storm Terror's power with her detection magic.
Is that so?
They're located in the abandoned Four Winds temples. Storm Terror's ability to whip up these kinds of storms can be attributed to it drawing power from the temples.
Our objective is to deal with 3 of the 4 temples. I trust everyone understands why we are only dealing with 3.
Paimon doesn't.
Glad you said it out loud, because I don't either. Must be a local thing.
Knights of Favonius, time is against us. The storm is rampant. There's no point in maintaining a defensive position. All right, we need to take initiative and act before the situation escalates.
Ooh. I've unlocked the shop. Here we are. And also, wishing. Can't have one without the other. So, oh goodness, UI, slow down. So much is happening on screen. Their UI could use a lot of improvement. I know there's a lot of information. It's a game you can do a lot in. This is an overwhelming amount of stuff all happening at once. For the new player. I wish that they would actually do the thing where, like, I love it when games do not introduce a UI element until they've specifically taught you how to use it. I wish that they would actually do that here, given how many things they have that you've got to absorb, because it is a lot. I'm just going to keep on following instructions for now.
From
All right.
now on, the adventures will probably get more and more dangerous. We should make sure we're prepared.
You got it, boss.
Let's start by going to Mondstadt's blacksmith.
Nope, I'm going to go to the character screen first, like the tutorial says. Because I have... No, I don't have a new weapon. Game, what do you direct me toward? All right, you say go to weapon... Oh, enhance at the shop. Got it. Okay. Here we are. Auto-enhance... auto-add enhancement materials? Sure. And then just... do it. There you go. Carrie has had a good idea here. Let's slow down a little bit and see how long it takes for her to do a fidget animation. This is a thing I'm actually very curious about now, just especially after looking at Breath of the Wild and seeing how wildly long it takes for Link to do literally anything if left alone on screen. Let's see how long it takes our main character here to do anything. About 5 seconds now. Closer to 10. There we go. Reasonable. Perfectly reasonable amount of time. Does she have more than one? Most characters have 2? Right on. Yep, there's another one. A nice stretch. Very good. Amber, your turn. It's a very funny time for me to be told to stretch. Thank you, Cyclops Boy. I will. I will stretch as they stretch. Ah. Oh, cute. Careful, that explodes. Careful! Okay. Okay. I like it. I also very much like, okay, so we have two characters here, one of whom is sort of like a blank slate a little bit, and another who we've gotten some personality from. I like that they each have two different idols that do clearly make them feel distinct. Are they? I wonder if they're operating on the same animation skeleton now. Here, let's get out of town to where it's not stormy and bummers. Find somewhere pretty to run around and like see different character animations and stuff, because I'm real curious now. There is some really like nice, smooth character movement here. Like that fall and roll was really nice. Boom. Oh yeah, like real smooth. Game, where are you telling me to go? Outside the temple. I float. I dash.
There's the blacksmith.
Hello.
Why?
I'm looking... I want to find a weapon for Paimon, actually. That's not why I came here, but now that you've offered it as a choice, yes.
This is the first Paimon's heard about it. What, so you want Paimon on the front line now?
More than anything.
She's a tiny one, isn't she? They'd need to be purpose-built.
Wow, he does bespoke weaponry?
Of course. I sell weapons, make them to order, and do refinements. All in the job description for a blacksmith. All you need is the ore.
Sorry, I'm looking at his animation now. It doesn't hold up as well on close inspection. Well, most parts of it are fine. The way the hammer bounces on landing is not great. It's like sticking and then pops up for a second. They're trying to get the feeling of like a bounce with a connection, but that's not right. It just feels like it's landing and then there's like an errant keyframe in there that's making it up. Like the timing of it is wrong for it to feel like a bounce. It's jostling through the body nicely. I do like how like you see it kind of jostle through the shoulders real nice. That's good. The connection with the hammer on the sword, though, room for improvement there. Oh, goodness. Necro Company knows a lot more about the animation in this game already. 5 body types, 5 different running styles. Some characters have different dodges and sprints. Every character has a different attack animation with the same shared charge attack animations. You just saved me a lot of time. Thank you. That's usually research work that I got to do by myself on all these sorts of things. I appreciate that someone knows it that well to just help me out. Anyway, what were we talking about? Ore, right.
Anywhere. Everywhere.
Ore is all around you, if you'd only look.
Listen, I'll tell you where the nearest deposits are. Bring some back and I'll help you forge what you need. No need. I have other things to do.
Cool.
He seems like a short-tempered guy. Was it something we said?
We did spend like 10 minutes just staring at him and the way he was using his hammer wrong. So, probably something we said. Or didn't say, honestly. So is this wind weather happening because of like the cutscene thing that happened previously? Or is this like a dynamic... Did I hear Zote? I think I did hear Zote. Thanks for the Zote bits, Buffy247. 5-star cute anime Zote. Well, now I want to see that. Every time, Pichu. The wind weather's here because of the cutscene. That's kind of what I assumed. Makes sense. Okay, somebody wanted to, let's see, hang on. Electric Moth asked, does Paimon have a fidget? That's a great question, and let's find out. And does our character fidget in pause? I don't think so. Because they're like totally frozen, so it looks like they're aiming to make it like feel fully paused. Oh, and Paimon does. That's nice. Does Paimon have more than one fidget? Looks like the same one. Still fine, though. You're not going to the menu probably to... that's more information than I want. Thank you. Well, that's a lot of menu. It's a lot of menu, and I'm bailing. Scared. So, we have a quest that's back here, though. We gotta meet Amber at the temple. Right. Let's do that. So what else do we have here? We have... Is this the wish thing? This is the wish thing. This is how... So is this the gacha thing here? Is this our gacha system? Is it time for us to learn about gachas? Have we found it? All right, well, let me absorb here. I see 82 stars and one blue circle thing, which is a wish. So these are character event wishes. Shop, details, history. If I head up, it will take me to shop. Okay. I have found the shop. Let's see. Oh, you're right. There are our 6 character outfits. Good times. Gift shop. Paimon's bargains. And yeah. Cool. Nah, we're good for now. And honestly, I still feel like I'm getting enough education in this game right now. I don't need to accelerate the rate at which I'm getting characters and things. For now, I'm best off saving up for that beginner banner I landed on first. I will take your word for it. Thank you for the tip. That sounds like it's going to be useful. This makes me uncomfortable. Hi, me.
This is it. One of the deserted temples of the Four Winds. These temples have been left to waste for years now. The people of Mondstadt almost never come here. There's a chance there's a monster nest or hilitrol camp inside. Even Storm Terror has given up on its own temple.
Are we not going to ask about the two me's thing? That's fine.
Yes. I also find it hard to accept, but Storm Terror was once one of the Four Winds.
There's 54 characters in this game now? Wow, it has been around for a bit, so yeah, that makes sense. And characters are the main content now, that like, they're the appeal, so you need to keep releasing more.
Let's go in and take a look. Be careful. The dragon's power is disturbing this area.
It feels like a lot until you think of something like League of Legends, which is like, what, up into the 100 something now, and... So it's not like it's unheard of or anything, but it is a lot of work, given they are the star of the show. I don't like their solution of... So listen, I know the fact that I have the character here in my inventory and I can hot swap to them is like part of the gameplay mechanic. I know that doesn't necessarily mean in canon that they are here with me at all times. Or I guess they kind of are, but they're out here for the scene. There's a lot of different ways you can handle that. I don't like this way. I don't like this as the solution. I also don't want them to do a old Final Fantasy thing, a Final Fantasy VII thing where suddenly all the characters just sort of like slurp out of you and start talking and then all slurp back into you. But this is also not good, I would argue. I would argue maybe let's do a fade to black and pop back up and the characters are standing separately as soon as you get to the place. Have there just be a ground sparkle. A ground sparkle saying, here's a scene, walk into this, and then fade to black, boom. All right, we're both here and we're talking. That's better than this. Don't do this. Like, absolutely not. I mean, it's funny. I'll give you it's funny.
Everyone in Mondstadt is still getting blown about by the storm. Every second
We're not even changing to me now.
Against the name of Favonius. Let's get in that temple. Stat.
I really thought they were going to change me to my other character just for that conversation, if nothing else. Now, I can see why they wouldn't want to do that, because if every time you go to talk to the NPC, it swaps you, you have to then manually swap back to the character you're wanting to be controlling because they keep swapping you away from that character every time you talk to someone. That's annoying too. I could see them changing that. It's just, if anything, that I feel like reveals the problem at the core of this approach to having one of the characters also existing out in the world. This is not a good way to do it. There has to be a better way. So what are we doing here? is this a dungeon now? The Knights of Favonius have been mobilized to contain Storm Terror's destructive rampage. Venture forth with Amber the Outrider to the Temple of the Falcon and stop Storm Terror from gaining power within. I'd need to be party level 20 to do that one. I am party level high enough for this one, I think. Yeah, I should be. Let's go. Haven't seen what dungeons in this are like at all. I didn't feel lonely with just 2 characters, but now I do. Feels like we're missing something. It's fine. So.
You can use that console to open the door.
Console, you say? Ah, yes. Ooh.
Wow, I can see so far into the temple.
Amber has the ability to aim and shoot. Ooh, la-di-da. While aiming, her arrows will accumulate charge. Once fully charged, the arrow will be imbued with pyro. Use pyro skills to ignite combustible objects. I appreciate that they are tutorializing still. That is appreciated. All right. Charge, fire, fire. Very good. I pretty much appreciate anything that they're willing to explicitly teach at this point, given how much I've been exposed to. Gotta break this too. I do like her combo a lot. Like the attacks chain together nicely, even if you like delay hitting the button or hit it faster. Like those 3 can go right back to back to back to back immediately, or it can like shoot, second one, third one, and it still blends pretty nicely the way they've designed this. Like that's some good animation system design, it feels like. They've clearly put a lot of attention into the movement and the animation sets for these characters too. Which, given the characters are one of the core parts of the appeal and their whole gacha system, it's a good place to put a lot of attention. You know what? Hydrating's a good idea, Kaji Trader. I will. Ooh. Use elemental sight to see the elemental attributes of different objects. Each element has its own color. Okay. Green symbolizes Dendro, which can be ignited by pyro. Opponents' wooden shields are attributed to Dendro, which can be ignited with pyro skills, rendering them defenseless. Interesting that they're opting to use fantasy words for basic elements. It's not like it's a terrible approach or anything, but it does add to the learning curve, just very slightly, of your game, if the player is having to learn more words. They're color coding everything pretty nicely, and they've got those symbols as well, though, which, like, that does help also. Like, that helps to smooth that learning curve a little bit. So how do I use that thing they said? There we go. Oh, okay, so that's how you can see. It's kind of cool. Like, you can actually, like, sort of expose, like, their elemental interaction system that way. That's kind of cool. So, like, I'm just gonna drop down. So, like, kaboom! Oh, the thing up there's a respawn door. Ah, thanks for explaining. I would not have guessed. Get out of here.
Hard. Let it rain.
Whoa. Ooh, fancy skill. Cool.
Oh no! A horn!
Oh, what?
The fighting must have got them riled up.
Ah, dang.
Well, good thing I prepared my secret weapon, explosive puppet Buried Bunny.
Oh, maybe I should use that instead. Haha! Be distracted. Never fails. Boom! And your shield's gone. Very nice. Try combining Lumina and Amber's attacks. Ooh, I hadn't even thought to do that. Not a bad idea. Oh, it's fun. You can just like hop between them, like just like hot swap between them just real fast. That's nice. That's pretty cool. And I also like that they show you if one of their specials is charged up and ready to go. Break. Barrels. Okay, did it. Moving on. Oh, that's a lot of them.
Those explosive barrels over there? Well, one shot should be able to blow them up.
Assuming we aim good. We did it. You know what, let's see this other special move here. Haha! That's cool looking. Oh, and they combine. That's all right. That's cool. That is very cool. Elemental combinations of attacks between characters is very appealing conceptually. Way into that. That's great.
It's so high. Seems like there's something up there.
How do we get across? Isn't this a pyro monument? If we hit it with a powerful pyro attack, we might trigger it.
Let's try. I don't know if this is powerful enough, but hey, ooh, yay. All right. Haha. Neat.
Dragon's breath. Is that where the power's coming from? Great. Let's smash it.
Okay.
Phew, I'm tired. But at least this way we've helped Jean out. In the past, we were at least able to defend the city and keep it safe. This, of course, is mostly thanks to Jean. But
Of
now
course.
with Storm Terror directly attacking the city itself, the winds change, so too should our tactics.
Sounds deep.
It's what Lisa likes to say. Speaking of which, the 4 winds we were discussing earlier, if you want to learn more about our history, you can ask Lisa. I'm not saying I don't know our history, it's just...
So the in-engine cutscenes apparently get significantly better animated later on. That's exciting. And also not surprising. Like, the longer a game's around, especially one that gets a lot of success like this, the more resources they can pour into it, the more they can develop the systems they've already got in place. I feel like that's usually the trend you see with MMOs or other live service games that keep on kind of getting huge content expansions like this type of game does. I gotta say, this is not like this isn't anything like super astonishing in terms of basic like conversation and dialogue scene animation system. Like, it's nothing wildly impressive, but it's perfectly fine, perfectly serviceable. Boy, it's pretty out here. So, okay. And just basic movement around. These are they the same run or are they different? I think they're the same run. Amber is slightly taller. And the different costuming helps to make it feel a little bit different as well. Like, Lumina has the scarf. I'm just going to call it a scarf. And Amber has, like, the hair. Like, just different moving parts on the body reacting to the movement. And also, like, the little bow bandana thing on top of the head. Make the silhouette and the movement feel different enough, even if it is the same animation, which I'm pretty sure it is. And, like, same dash, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Same run, I'm guessing. Yeah. but different attacks, obviously. Different weapons. Different special attacks. How do their jumps work? Haven't quite got a bead on how their jumps work. And I just realized that their weapons are just literally near automata-ing. Just without the little ring shape. I mean, it works. So, okay. Standstill jump. It's not much of a jump. It's really just they sort of like boing into the air and then land, but still, whatever. Is that the same animation? I think it is. But then, like, yeah, again, just different parts of loose clothing, adding more secondary animation on top of it helps it to feel a little bit different. But, like, the landing transitions into the run real nicely. I like that. Oh, we're going to get 2 more characters of different body types very soon, and they'll have different basic animations. Oh, cool. All right. Maybe we should just move ahead then. Get some more of this unlocked. Get more of a grounding in more of the systems. To wrong play further. Granted, if y'all think of any weird things you want to try at any point, like what happens if we do this, by all means, feel free to propose them. I should maybe check some of my exploration knowledge. I've been gaining a lot of it without actually looking at it. These are scattered throughout the place. Collect these and offer them to the statues of the 7 to obtain various rewards. Sounds like good advice. Plunging attacks. Give.
Oh, it's one of those consolidated wind things. Let's head back to the statue of the 7 at Windrise and offer it to the gods.
Later. I want to see about
You should come with me.
plunging attacks.
I'll tell you about the rest later.
Whoa! Yeah, that is definitely a thing that I wouldn't have tried. And an extravagant thing, too. What do ambers look like? Because it would have to be different. It's a different weapon. Oh, yeah, it's a kick. A kick instead. Nice. Good recommendation. Y'all are level 9. This may be a little dicier, given I haven't leveled up.
Go, Baron Bunny!
Get distracted, please. Haha! Sucker. Get out of here. I'm taking y'all's stuff. Eventually. Be on fire some more. There we are. Also, wheat.
Is this an answer from this world?
I seem to be on fire. Is that bad? I'm fine. So, I've been doing various things, but I don't know if, like, have I been leveling up automatically, or is that a thing that I need to be doing? Because they, like, told me to go and specifically get levels later, or get levels way earlier on, right? With, like, the book or whatnot. But, yeah, okay, X to level up. I feel like I still do not understand this one at all, so I'm just kind of using books to do it. I'm leveling up automatically. Oh, okay, so I get very little experience from kills. You get way more from these books you pick up, I suppose. Books is the way. Got it. I mean, looks like, and it also costs currency? Which currency is this? Is this just currency we're getting from regular fights and such? The characters are leveling independently too, aren't they? Ooh, I hadn't even considered that. Hang on. Yeah, Amber's only level 5. Okay, all right. That seems important to note. You're level 11 now. Congrats. You could use a few more. There we are. We're leveled up a little bit. Love it. Run, 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 run. It seems really interesting so far. It seems like an interesting grab bag of different kinds of mechanics and such. Yeah. It's interesting that, like, Breath of the Wild is one of the really big influences, but unlike Breath of the Wild, they've not put a big upfront emphasis on exploration, right? And the world is clearly gorgeous enough to, like, invite you to do it. But they've put, like, a lot more they put a lot more emphasis on, go to this town, here's how you cook, here's fashion, here's gacha, here's a bunch of characters and story, here's dungeon. Go do these all things. There's clearly a lot to explore out here. Look how big the dang world is. Is there a map I can pull up? I bet there is. This is not a map. I bet there is one, though. Somewhere. Somewhere in this... Well, here we go. There we go. So yeah, we, like, started here-ish. Wandered down to here. Wandering out here now. Seems pretty big. I see someone. Hello, Chloris. You haven't had any faunal contact in ages. What? I spend all my days out in the wild, among the flora. Fauna, on the other hand, are somewhat lacking in my life. So you can always feel free to talk to me. I'd appreciate the company. This sounds like dialogue that the king of all cosmos would say. Collecting all the flora is my job, but there's so little fauna in my life. Go, roll up some, I don't know, deer. Bring them back here, Prince. Off with you. Is the sky a still image? I mean, it could just be like a flat skybox type thing. That certainly would be the best performing. Like, I think there's probably some more going on here No. The clouds are definitely doing some moving, and I think it's just they've done something clever here and just got a real nice intentional 2D effect in the sky, but it's definitely like animated and moving. The clouds are definitely doing some stuff. And they're also like notably changing based on time of day and like getting a nice sunset look now that's hitting them in different ways depending on which part of the sky they're in. Now, this is pretty dynamic in terms of sky and clouds, it seems like, at a glance. And really nice. Like, look at that. Gorgeous. Right, quest marker. Don't have time for you level 9s. There's a quest marker. Or maybe I do have time for level 9s. I was wrong. Have this. It's fire. Sorry, pyro. What's this now? Oh, it's the chest, of course.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Shall we cook? We could make a Tevat fried egg. Sure. perfect. I feel rewarded for my good cooking. So we have like the dishes side and the ingredients side. Interesting. I will cook flour now. It just takes time to process, of course. I see. All right. How are we enjoying Gacha of the Wild? Not so far. Pretty enjoyable. Like, it's overwhelming in how much stuff they throw at you. And then, like, how much stuff they aren't teaching you, but how much stuff they are still throwing at you in, like, menus and UI and everything regardless. Are these flowers just kind of perpetually keeping fires going? Because that's kind of cool if so. Or are they just on fire? Nope, no, it seems like they're... Well, I'm on fire. So that's not good. Seems less great. Anyway.
You've arrived. Come closer. Can you smell that?
No.
Something must have happened in the temple. I imagine there will be slimes, hilly churls, and whatever's giving Storm Terror extra power. Oh yes, it is going to be lively in there indeed. As bustling as it may be, no, I can't imagine it will be dangerous at all. It's a pity that the Temple of the Wolf has been disturbed by such an atrocity. Let's head in. No one makes offerings to the Four Winds anymore, yet the old winds never vanish. We need to clear out the temples for the Four Winds.
Okay. I'm Ember now. Hello. So if I'm around you, do you react to me at all? Like some basic head tracking? Okay. And just the head, not the eye. I guess that allows them to keep the model a lot simpler if the eye isn't really having to animate separately from the... Well, hang on. Nope, I think the eyes... Eyes might be pretty well just sort of locked in place in the face during... with their, like, gameplay model, at least. At least they're blinking. They've got that on Breath of the Wild, Link. And they have, like, different expressions and stuff. I'm gonna have to watch for the next story scene and see, like, is there more eye or pupil movement in the story scenes? Because I would suggest that they have slightly different versions of these character models that they'll pull in for gameplay times versus story scene time. What if I jump into you? What if I attack you? Oh, come on. No reaction? Playing it cool. Ha 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 ha! But what if I introduced you to my... Hang on. I'm not really meaning to throw it this far away, but I wonder if it bounces. Kind of. Hey, what do you think? Of my little dancing me friend. I designed it to look like me. In retrospect, I can't remember. Sorry, it explodes after a while. I should have warned you up front. That's my bad. Sorry. I'm burning. You're not, though. Goodness. How are you so cool? All right, let's go.
My first chance to fight beside you. Think we'll make a good team?
Yeah, that is a good thing to mention, actually. That it is fundamentally a mobile game. This is a game meant to run on phones, and it needs to look pretty on phones, too. So they need to, in their crafting of the art and the animation and the systems and everything, they need to be designing for that platform and making sure it looks good on that platform. And in that way, it's almost kind of like, it's pretty amazing how good this does manage to look on a console or PC. The fact that it has to run on a phone as well, or a version of this game anyway, has to run on a phone as well, does limit this game somewhat, but it's kind of amazing that it does look this good on a PS5 when it also has to run and look appealing on a phone.
My first chance to fight.
It's pretty impressive.
You. Think we'll make a good team?
Well, so far I set you on fire, so I don't think so, but it won't be your fault. Well, here we go. We're pretty over-leveled for this one now, thanks to books. So let's do it. Kind of surprised he's not in our crew yet. Maybe someday.
Let me show you.
Do the pupils move? Do they? Hey, come on. Nah. Hey, now I do control you. Neat. And yeah, you do have different animations, which makes sense. Different skeleton. Different animations on it. Similar, but not exactly the same. Very similar jump too. It feels a lot like this character in Rig's animation set as they applied the animations they'd made for the main characters. And actually this probably is, now that I think about it. So we've got the femme version of the main character here. If we'd gone with the mask one, I'm guessing we would have, these are the animations we'd be seeing on the mask version of the main character, yeah? So I'm guessing mostly same animation set, except, of course, this guy's gonna have some different sword slashes. Pretty cool. So Kai has a different skeleton from the mask protagonist. Interesting. But I guess they're still, like, the animations are much the same, even so. Very similar anyway, like slightly different, but I'm surprised, given if it is a different skeleton, I'm surprised then that the animations are still this similar. Hold circle for charged attacks. Right you are. The animations are different, but not very. Like, they are different animations, but not wildly so. They still have a very similar look about them. Fairly similar posing and movement on the arms with a jump. Not exactly, but similar. Similar sort of like energy and motion and timing to the sprint. I'm just a little surprised that they didn't take the opportunity, since it is a different character skeleton who needs different animations, to create even more contrast between them. Make it feel like there's even a little more variety. But it does seem like they're putting that... It does seem like they're investing that energy in, like, attacks and stuff more than in the basic movement set.
Wait, how do you know?
Experience.
Which isn't really a problem. Like, maybe that's a better way to go. I'm not sure.
Dealing with things like this for others.
If there is water around, opponents may become wet. You said it, game. Cryo skills can freeze water. Hydro opponents or opponents that are wet. Utilize this elemental reaction to gain an advantage over your opponents. Ah, cool. I like it. Have some of this. And be frozen. Ah, that's appealing. Cool system. Is there much of a dodge in this, or is it really just using, like, your dash to get away from an attack that's incoming? Or, like, a block of any sort?
You don't seem to have a vision.
Doesn't feel like there is.
How exactly is it that you're able to channel elemental energy?
So dash is dodge? Okay.
Strange occurrence.
A flamethrower's core is what gives it the energy to shoot fire. Use cryo skills to temporarily disable flamethrower's cores and stop them from shooting fire. I'll try. Does the held attack do that? Nope. What would then? I guess this seems to recharge pretty fast, the R2 skill. Yeah. Oh. A trap. An adorable little trap. And they're frozen now. I like that they still blink. Even when frozen. Cute. There we go.
Ah, finally, we're here.
Seems the path ends here. Let's use the wind currents to fly up.
Whee! Yeah, that roll really feels nice. Hang on. I wondered if there was like a distance you can fall that actually gave you fall damage. Now we know. But yeah, like look at this. It's a really nice smooth roll. You get right back up and start moving again. It's nice. Well, our fellow is dead. It's okay. Life moves on, and so must we. The blue stone in the center of the room is a hydro amber. Breaking it will make rain. Will make it rain, making everything in its range wet. Cool. If only we could do that. I guess we have food somewhere. I assume. This seems a fine time to figure that out. At some point, I made food. Maybe if we feed food to the dead guy, it will help. The healing power of egg. Did that actually work? Yeah. Wow. It's a good egg. I did better than I thought. Tap the direction of the dead character on the D-pad to quickly pull up a res food menu. Oh, okay, cool. Good to know for the future. He has eaten an egg, and he is back in action. Nothing can stop him. Once he's had egg. All right. Let's, Is it just hitting this one? Yeah, now all are wet.
Good idea.
And some are frozen.
Observation. We should get Jean to give you a title and make you a knight.
And boom, there we go. It is fun seeing how the elements play together.
What's the hurry?
Underwater spikes make the area too dangerous to swim through. Cryo skill can freeze the surface of water. I like how much they're getting out of this elemental system. Like, Breath of the Wild kind of does a similar thing where all the different elements and sort of like physics of their simplified element system work in the world, and you can combine them in interesting ways, but they're leaning into that more with more elements, and it feels like more things you can do with them in this, and making a bigger point of that, which is cool.
Speaking of, did you know? Storm Terror was once one of the 4 winds.
Of all the ways to like distinguish yourself from one of the biggest influences of the game, Breath of the Wild, taking a system that Breath of the Wild did some cool stuff with, but that there's a lot of potential still within, and then expanding on that a lot. Good approach.
Is that the thing that Storm Terror is using to gain its power?
Not anymore.
Let's deal with it. Bravo. What a performance. You are, to my surprise, a well-trained knight. The battles you just fought were sights to behold.
It's really nice of you to say. We did kill you.
I see you already have the knightly virtue of modesty. Stories of your heroic deeds to save Mondstadt from destruction shall be known throughout the City of Freedom, well into the future. Please do visit me at our headquarters when you have the time. I also know a lovely tavern, if that's more your thing.
So yeah, their pupils don't move in their heads. Well, no, they do. There we go. Just not a lot of animations doing it. So yeah, okay, so their story
I can take care of
their
the rest
story
here.
scene self does have pupils that move in the head. So they got a more detailed version of the character models for these scenes then.
There's no way Hilly Churls organized an ambush like this themselves.
Which is good. They look more lively and like there's more life in the face now. They can make more expressions.
Thus you were behind this.
Knights of Favonius, always so inefficient.
Agree to disagree, but
Boy, he has mastered the
your
sarcastic slow
involvement in
clap.
this just made things a whole lot more interesting.
We've obtained a new character. Hooray. Our crew grows. It is like a big world full of stuff to explore. Like a part of me feels tugged toward doing that, but I'm also gaining a whole lot of like characters and basic stuff for just kind of keeping the main story moving forward as well. So I'm kind of feeling incentivized to just keep doing that as well. Let's go with him for a while. There is something up there, and I kind of want it. Don't know if I can climb that high, though. Do I need to start fires? Yes. Multiple fires. Very well. Listen, you just tell me when. I'll keep starting fires. Ruins. Come on. That was harder to reach. That'll start a fire somewhere miles away. Come on now. Come on. I really feel like that one should be hitting it. Oh, wait, that was a teleporter? Oh, that is a different thing. It does look slightly different, doesn't it? We did it! Hooray!
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
So I wonder, can I climb this thing? Let's Breath of the Wild on up. It's interesting. Okay, so looking at the climbing here, it's very, very similar to Breath of the Wild's system in almost every way, down to kind of like the animation set they've got going for it. 8 different directions of climbing. They're kind of using sort of some loose IK to kind of conform to... They're like climbing... The collision is a much simpler surface overall that they're navigating. And they're using just a little bit of IK to keep their like hands and feet attached to the wall. They've got a much more... It seems like the collision their hands and feet are trying to stick to is a lot more detailed, though, and sometimes to their detriment. Like when they hit a corner like this and the hand starts going a little wild. Yeah, no, that's... It's like it's more detailed, but in a worse, very broken way. Inverse kinematics can go pretty bad on you sometimes. Because like it seems like the hands are reacting to pretty detailed geometry here, rather than just treating this as a flat plane. And it would probably look better if it treated it as a flat plane, honestly, because it's not like the hands are sticking directly to the wall anyway. There's a gap. That's fine. But now there's like a gap and there's weird angles on the wrists all the time, which is kind of worse. Gonna kill myself by running out of stamina? Hey, wouldn't be the first time this particular fella died to gravity, nor will it be the last.
Fascinating.
He can take it. He's proven it. So, my next objective is way over there. Cool, I get to wander around a big pretty area. And it is so pretty. Weapon sheathing animations, you say? So, like, hang on. Whoop. So, if we were to attack and then wait to see, oh, that's kind of fun. So it kind of does a fun little twirly animation and then just sort of like vanishes it so that it can reappear at his back. Cool. And I'm guessing, yeah, everyone's got to have some of that, right? A different one. Yeah. Very nice. We were talking earlier about like how the characters don't have, there's not like a whole lot of alternate costumes that you can buy for different characters, which at first surprised me, but it does actually kind of make sense. If the costume is a big part of the appeal of the character's design, then you probably don't want to change that too wildly. Leaning more into just having more characters and more different animations between them is maybe the better way to go. And it sounds like it's the way they have gone. Y'all are cute. Little balloons. Oh, you can't dash in water? Oh, you can, but just not at a certain depth. I mean, it makes sense. And wait, hang on. Hold on. There's something I could grab. Where did it go? There was something. It got away. Dang it. Next time. That's a lot of climbing. I don't know if I can climb that high without dying. And I don't know if I have enough eggs to keep on reviving our new friend. We might have to run around. Animal, do you run away? Oh, run away and just like totally vanish too. That's a different way than Breath of the Wild handles it. I think animals will run away in Breath of the Wild, but you can just keep on chasing them and they'll keep on running for the most part. Maybe some animals will like vanish after a while. Maybe certain like birds if they fly off. Hello! Wind! Also fire! Well, I was gonna... Yeah, that's just excessive, I guess. Oh, but I am gonna blow up a whole lot of ore. Meant to do it. Gimme. Gimme. Yes. Can you just break these with regular attacks? Oh, very slowly. I see. Probably not the way to do it, huh?
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift.
Bigger swords will do better? That makes sense. Yeah, oh, you're large. You surprised me. Hello. Must we? I was just going to leave you be. It's such a pretty day out. Do y'all really want to fight? Especially when I have fire arrows. Infinite fire arrows. Think through this carefully. I also have ice swords.
Don't push your luck.
Pretty tanky things for level 3. Slimes are immune to their element. That makes sense. And those are the wind ones? They're very cute. I like their slime design. How much stuff does, like, react to your attacks? I didn't expect all the foliage to, chop apart. It's kind of fun.
How fortunate.
Doesn't seem like the grass chops. Zelda style. Do the trees react? Kinda. An important message, huh? Ah, you can collect wood this way, of course. Actually does kind of make sense now that I think about it. How do I feel about the weapon system compared to Breath of the Wild? Because you know, the like weapon degradation thing wasn't very popular. I actually have not a lot. I don't have much problem with Breath of the Wild's weapon degradation system. I think it, like, there's probably some ways it could have been executed on somewhat better, but once you kind of just get used to the fact that, like, okay, just keep using the weapons you find, you'll be finding new ones all the time. Maybe hang on to one or two super good ones for later, but otherwise just keep on using them nonstop. Like, once I adjusted to that, I didn't really have any problem whatsoever. This just kind of feels like a completely different system because the weapons are attached to and inherent to each character, at least so far. Like, I know you can pick up different weapons to upgrade their weapons, and I actually should probably see about doing that at some point. I haven't checked that menu in a while. But, it just seems like such a completely different system that it's hard to directly compare them. Get frozen. Well, one of you. Later weapons will have different stats and passive buffs that can completely change their playstyle. Interesting. Which, that's fine too, but it is also like a way that's very different from how Breath of the Wild handles weapon stuff. So goodness. Aggressive little thing. Give. Ah, hello. Are you joining us as well?
Hey, cutie.
Hello.
You're going to help me out too? How kind of you. Don't hesitate to come to me if you need anything.
What kinds of things does a librarian do?
Good question. Basically, things other than that which require brawn or brains.
So, what does that leave?
Not hearing an answer. I was also wondering. It's weird. It's weird how fast some of their autoplay lines go compared to other ones. Anyway, yeah, like that one vanishes instantly, and then the next one waits here for me to press X. Doesn't matter. Let's go inside. Next tutorial dungeon, please. Wow, there's a lot of versions of this one, huh? It's a lot of versions. But we have a party of 3 now, probably soon to be 4. That's fun. Hello.
guess I could give this a go.
Welcome.
I knew it. There is a strong elemental energy coming from deep within this temple. Paimon, are you able to float across?
Can't do much even if she does.
Good point. We'd better start looking for a way to get up there then. Let's
Tap
ride this
twice in the
one.
wind current to open the thing. Right. The more I think about it, I am actually surprised that they've not made completely unique animation sets for each one of these characters. Like, on the one hand, that's a lot of work for every character, and so I do get it. I do get it, especially them having a lot of some basic similar ones. Like if everyone had the same jump and roll and stuff like that to get up, or if everyone had the same wing glider, I guess, or some other ones. Like, it's like, sure, it's a mobile game, but like, it's a mobile game they've packed a lot into. And if they were to cut back on some other things to get more animations don't require a lot of data. Like, the limiting factor on animation can be like processing power, depending on like how complex the skeleton is and what kind of wild stuff you're doing. But it's also just like work and time. It takes a long time to animate stuff, and that's a lot of content. So, like, that's where I would expect the limitation to be earlier on. But it's also like every League of Legends champion or Overwatch hero or like any one of these champion-based games tends to make a custom animation set for each character, because that's also a big, huge part about how you make them feel more distinct in every way, not just in their like attacks or individual things. I'm not saying it's wrong for them to do it this way. It is definitely more time efficient, especially for like this initial release and the early characters we're playing with and stuff like that here. But it does seem like animation's one of the best ways to make a character feel distinct and different. And so, like, if they did do that, that would be a pretty huge win for this game. Like, this is definitely the way to go about it if you're trying to maintain a very small team, and if with your updates you're wanting it to be one that you can continue to update long-term efficiently with a small team, and not like adding tons of content all the time, not needing a big team to keep on supporting it, but being able to basically just make new good-looking character models, a few new animations, and just having to reduce the workload for every new character, then this is a good way to do it. And it's working for them, clearly. But distinct animations add so much.
Leave it to me.
To making a cast feel more unique and expressive.
It's an electro monument. No wonder. Let me try to activate it with a bit of electro power. Stand back, sweeties.
Boom! Elemental skill can be unleashed by pressing or charged by holding. Well, yes. When the skill's fully charged, releasing it unleashes an area attack dealing massive electro damage. Let's see those animations too. Hang on. So, well, okay. We'll see them in action then. Is she like blowing kisses with every single one of her lightning attacks? See, that's like a fun character detail. The animations that are unique on each one of these characters add a lot. And you could add even more if you could make them run differently, stand differently, jump differently, I'm trying to think of like, what's the best game comparison to demonstrate that point with? Like, League of Legends is a kind of helpful one, but it's a relatively limited animation set you need for any given League character by comparison, and there's less you can do with any given League character by comparison. Oh, there was a time limit. Sorry, I was distracted thinking about nonsense. Yeah, like Overwatch reload animations are a pretty good comparison, and Overwatch characters in general, they all have completely unique animation sets. For first person and third person, those are different animations. Don't use your third person animations as your first person ones. That's almost never a good idea. I need to be better at killing things faster instead of just sitting around talking. Let's kill things faster by charging. Come on. Charge skill. Very good. And the R2. Let's see what it does. Ooh, I should charge that more.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
There we go. Success. It works better when I pay attention. So Lisa's skills work better, much better when fully charged? Noted. Ooh, water. I have a suspicion I know how this is going to work out. Is it bad for me to be standing in it? It's really only one good way to learn, huh? Seems fine. Let's charge one of these.
A little shock. Blitz.
Oh, that works very well. This does seem to be the way to play Lisa.
When it comes to wet enemies, I've got them covered.
Ow. It does hurt me a little bit, though. Just like a little. Amber, you can resolve this one pretty handy. There we go. I expected more of those to break. Whee!
Another wind current. Let's ride it up from here.
You can like run and jump and all this stuff too, yeah? Ooh. Sneaky. All right, let's stop for a second and check weapons. I feel like I should be leveling and advancing these characters a little more, maybe. I don't go into this menu very often. So I don't think... Nope, I've got a better sword for her that maybe I should have switched to a while ago, huh? There we go. What about the rest of you? I like that you're all animating and have different animations in the menus. That's great. Isn't that a nice touch? Distinct animations add a ton. And I love all the places they are doing them. Oh, they share the same weapon type? Okay. No, you haven't been around as long. You can have a 3-star sword when you've earned it. Rookie. You, meanwhile... You have book, and you're happy with that. That's fine. You, though, have a lot of artifacts. I guess. Berserker? Sure. Goodness, I have a lot of things that I should be equipping, I guess. I'm not paying a lot of attention to stats or anything. I'm just kind of looking at the biggest numbered one, but, that seems fine. For now. Not even dipped into this at all. Is this like unlocking more skills or like enhancing skills? I guess they'll show me later. Talent points as well. Wow. Oh, I like that they show you the voice actor right here in the character profile. That's nice. Yeah, I'm not surprised that this game can get stat crunchy. It really seems like it. And it seems like that would really benefit this game a lot. Given it's a game that wants to give you a reason to keep playing and putting in a lot of time and getting invested enough that you will spend money in the gacha system. It's got to have something for you to actually do. You can't just offer a slot machine. That's not going to... It's not going to keep people around. end game is mostly min-maxing. That makes sense. I'm still kind of wondering how the end game of this could work. Because yes, you can min-max your character, but like to what end? Like what are you doing? Are you... I can see it working in a Diablo-y sort of way, where in like Diablo you're running through harder and harder versions of things and trying to get like the perfect leveled character with like the best gear in every slot and the best thing you can have and making a cool build, but you're also like that cool build allows you to go and do like to power through enemies and take on the hardest, higher difficulty things. Like that gives you more and more end game. There's so much Diablo end game. I've never reached the end of a Diablo end game, and I don't think I ever will. So there's like bi-weekly combat challenges. They get you more gacha currency. Okay, well that's pretty cool. Like especially if the gacha challenges are like interesting. They don't even have to really be puzzles, but just like demonstrating that the build you've got so far is effective. And offering you some currency and tools and stuff like that to make it even more effective. It's really all they'd need, huh? This is the sort of thing that I'm like wanting to get. Like I'm wanting to spend some time in Genshin Impact, not because I'm like really planning to be a long-term player or get invested. I just want to.
The electrical discharge caused by friction.
It's a real popular game. I want to understand, and I like want to understand everything that it's doing.
You want to know about this gem? You're kidding. You're seriously asking? This is a vision. It's used by the Chosen to draw on elemental powers. In terms of mysticism, I suppose you could call it a magical lightning rod.
But now I feel bad for wondering, Lisa. There are no stupid questions.
You've never seen a vision? Just where exactly are you from?
Okay, rub it in.
Are you a hilly churl with some level of reasonable intelligence?
Excuse me.
No, I doubt it. After all, hilly churls aren't exactly known for their smarts.
Somebody needs to take some fall damage, I think, and learn a little humility.
Break it, and we can head home and relax.
Getting really odd vibes from you, like flirty one second, intelligence insulting the next.
Dragon of the East, Lion of the South, Wolf of the North, Falcon of the West. They are the four winds of Mondstadt, affiliated with Barbados, the god of Anemo. The Dragon of the East, Storm Terror, its real name is Dvalin. Though most in Mondstadt seem to have forgotten that in all this Storm Terror business. So now you know why Dvalin is only able to channel 3 of the four winds' power. Because it has been consuming itself from the beginning.
It's interesting that their autoplay is... Well, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Their autoplay of, like, having text and dialogue move forward is not just tied to the dialogue line length. It also waits for the gesture animation to play, and sometimes the gesture animation is longer than the line length, so there's a weird long pause. Feels like maybe it should just move forward as soon as you end the line, right? Like, that's an audio tech question, and there's, like, game audio tech is so far beyond me, and very complicated and fascinating, but it's not a field that I know a lot in. Oh, is it synced to the Chinese dub? Okay. Which would make some sense. Like, figuring out how to make variable length systemic conversation animation and scenes work in different languages that take different amount of time to say different things is complicated. And sometimes the easiest solution is just try to make all the dubs kind of roughly the same length if you can. It just makes it a lot simpler.
Because of hatred, I presume.
Hatred?
Some games have some wild systems for that, though.
Hatred drove it to become something more
Like some of the stuff
powerful than
that
the
CD
wind
Projekt
itself.
Red has shown off
To
for
become
The Witcher
Stormbringer.
and Cyberpunk especially,
Why would one of the
for like the
four
ways that the
winds
scenes kind of
hate the city it was supposed to
dynamically
protect?
stretch and pace animations a little bit to accommodate different
As a
to
child of
accommodate
Mondstadt,
different languages and
it's
stuff.
something
Like,
that's really hard to say aloud.
I forgot where they showed it. I should find a video at some point of some of their systems for
It's a very
Cyberpunk
old story
dialogue
from more than a
stuff. It
century
was,
ago.
wow, it was complicated and impressive. For a game that clearly needed more time, more dev time before it shipped, they have some wildly impressive systems going on in that game. Cyberpunk would make a very interesting wrong play. You're right. I agree. I'm feeling like, I wonder if, this has been my first time trying to do a wrong play of a game that I've not really dabbled in much before.
All that lay, flow, and elemental line stuff Lisa was going on about should hopefully be back to normal. Want to go back and see how the knights are doing?
I appreciate that Paimon and I are both kind of on the same wavelength.
If you got anything more interesting to do, Paimon can come too. By the way, we obtained another animalculus in one of the Four Winds temples, right?
I think so.
We might come across more of them in the future, so don't forget to offer them to the statues.
Thank you. I'd forgotten already. We did a prologue. Available from Adventure Ranked. Oh, okay. So you do need to level up further before you can continue, which that does encourage you to just wander around and explore and just do stuff. That's kind of nice. I like that I'm not immediately high enough level to just keep the story going. You obtain more adventure XP from these activities and increasing your adventure rank. More challenges and opportunities will also open up to you as the rank increases. Cool. All right. Oh, offering to statues is how you increase your stamina. That's good to know. It is sort of feeling like maybe I should have more of a grounding in a game before trying to go in and do a wrong play, though, because if it is a game that does have, like, a real steep learning curve up front, like this one kind of does, you don't have to know a lot of the game to be dabbling in it, but they throw a lot at you. I feel like it's taken most of this stream to even just kind of get enough of a grounding to be able to try playing wrong. So let's see. We've got a lot of exclamation marks in here that want our attention. That one, which is just... Okay, so this is an overview of just current events going on, I suppose, and like characters who you could potentially unlock, I suppose. Here we have our quests. There we go. A lot of them. Come on, there we go. Whoa. Wait a minute, what's this now? Profile and voiceover.
Outrider Amber, reporting for duty. Just say the word if you ever need my help.
Chat, hobbies, what?
I feel like running.
This is weird but interesting. Here's just a whole system where you can just have a whole bunch of voice clips.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
It's interesting. You've got like basically a little sound test system for all the characters just baked right in.
Get him! Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Even for like their combat stuff. It's weird, but it's kind of neat. No complaints here. I'm just not used to games doing that. Right there in a character menu. I do like that we are getting their idols and stuff just like right here. So, okay, hang on. So if you just go right into this menu, then you can just get some basic idols from them. Weapons, they draw their weapon and hold it there. Artifacts, right, pretty similar for most of them there. Constellation, they're off screen. Talents. We've not really dabbled in this one much. Must be a character ascension. Okay, so this is a much further in the game type thing, it seems like. How different are all the different characters' poses for everything? Pretty different. And that is nice. I like that a lot. Pretty similar for that one, but a lot of the rest of them quite unique. And that's great. All right, check our main character's voice lines. I hadn't even thought to. About the windmills? What? Oh, it's a whole, like, conversation. Whoa.
Mondstadt has so many windmills, doesn't it?
Well, the city is built above water, so it probably relies on windmills to draw the water upwards.
That's correct. The winds blow through Mondstadt all
Wait.
year, so this supply of water is very stable.
Hang on. So these are...
Also, the windmills are what they call visible winds.
This is interesting.
And wind chimes are called the
These are
audible
not
wind.
dialogue sequences that happened in-game. Are they ones that can? Or are these just entirely like you wander the world, you find more
Protection.
bits of like
Mascots.
lore and character interactions, but the character interactions just kind of get shoved into this menu where you can go and hear your characters talk later? Only in this menu.
I don't know what to say to that.
That's weird. They're basically audio logs, but it's the entirety of your, like, character interactions. I mean, it's cool. Like, it's a cool... I would take this, your characters conversing about a thing, over just a stock codex where you can just read, like, Cider Lake is a place that never freezes. Like, no matter what time of year it is. Like, this is much more interesting than that kind of just dry, here is a little tiny internal Wikipedia page about your world. Like, this is way more cool than that. But it is wild having character interactions and dialogue like this. I guess it's very Metal Gear, isn't it? It's very Kodak, like, your Kodak in Metal Gear. Let's talk to Otacon and all my other buddies and ask them about every little situational thing and have a conversation about it. Oh, does Tales do the Tales games do this too? I've not... I think Symphonia is like the only one of those I've actually played. Oh, they're like the Tales skits. Yeah, okay. But even like the skits are sort of... Those felt a little bit more front-facing in the menu as like a thing of like, hey, the characters have a conversation. You should check this out. What a weird thing to hide in a couple sub-menus deep. There's so many odd things about this game. Not even necessarily bad things, just odd things. I'm enjoying it though. Just the surprise of all these little discoveries. This is what I love about seeing games coming from more and more places around the world. Like, just because different cultures are going to be creating from different influences, their own, like, tropes, their own just approaches to creatively doing things. What are you, little friend, other than leaving? And just seeing kind of like the sensibilities and influences of different cultures appearing in their creative work and getting to play games from more places and just sort of seeing that variety is cool. I love seeing that. Even if there's like, there can be a learning curve to kind of getting acquainted with those sensibilities. It's neat. Like, I love that you can still often tell the difference between like a Western game in any given genre and like a Japanese one. And we've all had a lot of time to get pretty acclimated to those differences and if you've been playing games for a long time, then you can probably settle into either one of those real easy without a problem. But there's a lot of different cultures that we've not like really had a lot of games from, or not, at least many of them may not have made it here, or they've not gotten like a whole lot of just press or whatever. I don't know. I love seeing more games coming from more places, I guess. Oh, I've been told to hydrate and stretch. 2 good things to do. I was told that like 10 or 7 minutes ago, and I was distracted by nonsense. Whatever nonsense I was saying. All right, there's the sip of water. There's the stretching. We do it all here. Analyze character fidgets? Okay, yeah, let's do. And let's do it in the menu since it seems to happen a little faster there. Although I don't know if they do both of them. So if all the characters have 2, and it seems to be the case, do they do both of them in that menu? There's the first one. Will she stretch, though? Do the stretch. No? No stretch? There it is. Yeah, we got it. Wait, you can check on all the characters and their idols in the character archive that's in the pause menu without using the gacha. I'm not sure if you can already access it, though. Oh. So hang on. Character pause menu, like a different one than the one I'm looking at right now? Yeah, someone was saying that it would be interesting seeing me going through the new character experience of Warframe, and I have gone through at least 2 different new player experiences in Warframe, and it's probably different now. I feel like they've changed the new player experience in Warframe a few times. And that's also a game that's it's a lot to absorb. It's to the left of the character one. Okay, hang on. Character archive, there we go. That's the one you said. Also, you can view unlocked tutorials in the archive. Ooh, with a pretty book. I like the book. This is a pretty menu. Character archive. I love that we can actually see all the characters, though. That's cool. We're not going to look at all of these fidgets because, come on. But, details. Okay, and that takes us right to here. Cool. Avatar? Oh, you can see the art and stuff, I guess. There are a lot of characters, though. So yeah, let's look at some of these fidgets, though. See what sort of distinct character we can get out of them. I do love Amber hugging the little stuffy of herself. It's a very cute touch. What's her other one? Yeah, let's look at the 3 characters we've unlocked so far, and then let's skip to the. Is the top of the list like all new people? Is that how it's ordered? Like bottom to top, old to new? People who know the game? Oh, she's scouting around. She's like looking around. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, top is new. Cool. Nope, wrong. There we go. I keep on wanting to use the D-pad to control stuff in menus, but the game does not want me to do that. All right, some coin flipping. Cool. What else you got? If I swap away for... Yeah, stop using the D-pad, doggone it. And, sword play, all right. Conjuring a flower. So yeah, these are good opportunities for characterization and making, like, highlighting what makes that character more distinct and more themselves. And since you've got a lot of characters, you've really got, like, you've really only got so many opportunities to create that snapshot image of who the person is. And yeah, these are nice little touches. So I am curious to see, all right, these are what the early characters look like. What does a more recent creation look like with some of their animations? Oh yeah, that does seem a little more like, granted that could also be sort of like a part of this character's kit for like combat and stuff as well, but that does seem like a lot more involved. It seems like there's a lot more involved in that. More effects involved and things like that. Aloy is in this game, isn't she? Hang on. Well, that we have to see, because that's going to be bizarre. Is she in this menu? She's not in the menu. She's been deleted from the game? Okay. Just a brief event type thing. That's a shame. I would have been curious to see, like, what does Aloy, like, converted into, like, this game's aesthetic and movement style feel like? That's bizarre to imagine. What an odd crossover. Just not available anymore. Okay, so for people who did unlock her at the time, they'll have Aloy still, but no longer attainable. Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, like, that, clearly so much work goes into each one of these characters' designs and costuming and stuff like that. Like, a lot of attention has gone there, clearly.
A blade embraces its duty.
And I feel like animation could be playing a bigger role on it. Yeah, I feel like animation could be playing a much bigger role in making these characters. Like, the fact that when you go to each one of these characters, they are all in one of, like, 6 same neutral poses. Like, swap between Overwatch heroes in that menu, and everybody's in their own posing. They've got their own gesture, their own thing that they're doing, their own behavior. They feel different immediately, not just in their design and their costuming. Immediately, they're acting different as well. And that's, like, that adds a lot to that instant snapshot moment of, like, I am seeing a whole lot of different looks of characters, but all I'm really getting in terms of information of who they are at a glance is the costume and the look, just as an image. And eventually they will do the little fidget that follows here, which is something. But it's still, like, that's no replacement for a full created and crafted animated moment snapshot of that character to instantly tell you who they are, right? They do have the splash art, though. That's true. So, like, if we... how do I get to the splash art again? Hang on. Maybe I can only see that for characters... I can only see that for characters I've unlocked. So, yeah, like, you actually have to have unlocked the character before you can even see that more dynamic image anyway. Granted, animation is very expensive, just because of how long it takes to make. Especially at high quality. I wonder what... I keep going to League of Legends, but that's just because they have so many heroes at this point, and the game's been updated for so many years, and to a very high level of quality, too. That, gosh, animation in League is great. I wonder how much animation... Or I wonder how much money has been spent total on animation work in League of Legends from day one. It's millions. And yeah, that's like... You're right, Electric Moth. Like, with League of Legends, also, those animations are going to be seen from, like, a particular angle and very far distance, so they do have to be created specifically to read and feel distinct and be clear, even when you're quite far away from the character, which is its own unique challenge. RTSs kind of have to deal with a similar thing. I'm just rambling now. I'm not even playing. Let's find some stuff. I don't know if I'm going to reach adventure level 10 before we're done today, but I do feel like I've got at least a little bit better of a grasp of what Genshin Impact is. So that's a victory. It's so pretty. So we can warp to places. Yeah, we should go turn in some of our stuff we've been collecting at Oh, there's another one like right here. Maybe let's find that one. That one's much closer. Some really nice looking grass too. Both the way it moves when you run through it, the different links, the way the light reacts with it. Real nice. I like how painterly like the light hitting those trees is too. They've done a lot of real good environment work in this one. Oop. I heard a sound. Oh, we've been raided by Wiggins. Matt, hello. And welcome, everyone.
Puppy!
Hello, we're playing Genshin Impact wrong. Sometimes on purpose. The rest of the time because I'm new to it and there's a lot. There's a lot of game to absorb. But we do this from time to time on this channel. Playing a game incorrectly to learn more about it. Welcome, everyone.
It's a statue of the Seven. Let's make an offering and see if the gods respond.
You got it, Paimon. The world opens itself before those with noble hearts. Have a map. Matt, if you're still here, how is the puppy? I know you got a new dog.
Perfect!
Dog is precious.
She's adorable!
Carrie is also a fan of the dog. Delightful? Good. Glad to hear it.
I'm so happy for you!
Carrie is excited, as you can see. Wait, okay, so analyze the animation, climb the statue of the Seven and see the weird collision. Oh, yeah, this is a real weird surface that their too detailed IK is going to have to figure out what to do with. Well, let's worship the statue first. Let's just be respectful. Offer all. Bit of a hellion all evening, but still great. Sounds like a good puppy. We got some more stamina and whatnot.
The blessings of the Seven? In Mondstadt, people call them animalculi.
Cool. Thanks, Paimon.
They can be fitted into the statue's eyes.
I'll be honest, Paimon, I don't need more facts about...
Stories say the statue's eyes originally had gems that were taken by swallows, but animalculi never had a physical form from the start.
I'm going to give you one more.
People
And-
with visions collect them to offer to the statues as blessings.
All right, Paimon, that's it. You're done.
Unlike others with powers, you don't have a vision.
Paimon,
But the rules of this world don't apply to you anyway, so keep offering animalculi and maybe you'll receive more blessings.
you've really got a, like, incorrect estimation of how interested I am in these statues, Paimon. I'm going to climb one now to see how stupid it looks. Because, yeah, like, their climbing inverse kinematic system for attaching the hands and feet to the surface is much more... They're using more detailed collision than Breath of the Wild does. Breath of the Wild really simplifies the shape of what you are climbing. Like, the surface itself can be visually detailed, but the collision that, like, that you're... that IK is applying to is much simpler. For reasons like this, you can see here, like, the elbows, the arms are being stretched. The point the hand is trying to reach is further than the actual length of her arm, so that arm is snapping to full unnaturally straight IK popping. We animators usually call it. You never want this to happen, but it's a lot harder to avoid in a dynamic, like, calculated in real time inverse kinematic system. This is hard to avoid. But, like, here it looks fine. Elbow is still bent a little bit. Obviously the hands aren't directly attached to or connecting the thing, but this is dynamic. That's hard to do and make work. But at certain points, it's going to be stretched either too far or... Oh boy, yeah, this is where it's going to get weird. On the one hand, pretty, like, it is cool Link's system would not be nearly this detailed, where like it feels like the knees are almost connecting with the surface a little bit, like she's kind of like using more of her body to try to cling to the rock. Her hands are kind of sticking to each one of these surfaces. Like when it works in a still pose, this does look more detailed and more specific to the surface and look cool. The problem is that's not always going to happen. A lot of the time in motion, the hands and arms and everything are going to kind of weird out trying to stick to that surface, and it's going to look extremely unnatural and worse to the point that you really maybe just shouldn't try for that detail to begin with. It's like almost working, but when it doesn't work, which is also a lot of the time, it breaks the illusion real bad. And also, you can't get past this part, I'm afraid to say. Doesn't work. No matter how hard you try. If you try to go sideways also doesn't really work. Hang on, let's get stamina back. Real quick. Whoop. Nope, she's done with it. Tired of my nonsense, and I understand. Let's collect this thing. We could try to glide from the tree. That's true. If we glided from the tree, we could maybe get on top of it, and then she'd have to try to navigate that kind of climbing situation. That sounds awkward and goofy enough to be worth trying. Oh, egg. I'll keep this later for like later when Kaya dies again. Yep. We float. And we land. We can stand on it. Ah. Boo. It's true. It is very visually immediately obvious that it is Breath of the Wild climbing. Like, it's not even really hiding it very well. Nor does it seem like it is trying to. Which is odd, because I feel like you could hide that similarity a little better in the motion of the climbing, it feels like, without too much difficulty. It would still be pretty obvious to everyone that, like, okay, they're clearly basing this on Breath of the Wild, because at that time, Breath of the Wild was really one of the only games that was doing that kind of climb anywhere system design. But still, it wouldn't look like so immediately apparent, like right away, right? Hello, birds. All right, you. What are you? Are you the thing that leads me? Where are you leading me? You're leading me somewhere, and I'm following you. You've led me here. Oh, to an exquisite chest. I see.
Is this
Treats.
an answer from this world?
Neat. What else should we do? I don't feel like I'm going to be, like, streaming for a whole ton longer today. So, like, in our remaining time, we can totally do some more wrong play of Genshin Impact later. And, like, I may play some more in the meantime. If we do decide to do that, then I'll play some more in the meantime to get more acquainted so that I have more familiarity and we can do more intentional wrong playing with it. This has been a good test run for the, like, wrong play a game I've not spent much time in before. But I think it has demonstrated that, like, you can wrong play better once you... Well, someone in chat said it best kind of at the start. Gotta learn to right play before you can wrong play. And darn it, they were right. We've wrong played wrong playing. And learned as a result. Oh yeah, you know, let's get some gacha pulls. We've not used that system at all. And I'm glad I didn't at the time, because there was a lot more to learn without even having to deal with more. But okay. So let me interpret this menu. I can wish once, spend one of my currency with X, and one's all I have, so... It seems like I can only do that here with a standard wish, though. Check my mail. First of all, there's mail. Well, right you are. There's a game survey. No, thank you. Survey for returning travelers. Accidental, but... No, I'm not doing a survey. Supplies delivery. Oh, sure, I'll take that. Oh, because of PlayStation Plus. Sure. I'll take it, thank you. Let's just keep claiming all here, huh? There we go. Cool. That was fun. Now, where was I? Wishes. Yes. Am I winning? I don't think so, but I'm like learning bit by bit from every defeat. And isn't that what life's about at the end of the day? You can use the stars to buy wishes. Ah! Right you are, I think. Hang on. Exchange. No, that's for exchanging Primo Gems. This menu, man. In the shop, perhaps. In the shop, in the store. Okay. Where shall I look for such things? Guide me, my little chat Ouija board. Purchase with Primo Gems, R1 and Paimon's Bargains. Okay. Much appreciated, everyone. I see it now. Okay. It's reading this chat is like getting back when you had to used to like get directions from someone verbally. It's like the first thing is you can do is you're going to head straight on this menu, and then as soon as you see Paimon's Bargains, you're going to take a right. If you find Crystal Top Shop, you're gone too far. Then as soon as you get into the Paimon's Bargains, you're going to want to R1 twice. Okay, so I see Intertwined Fate and Acquaint Fate. They cost the same, but I sense they are different. How are they different, chat? The pink ones are for limited time banners. The blue ones are for the beginner banner and permanent banner. Follow-up question. What is a banner? I want the Fate one. They're both Fate ones. Blue are standard, rainbow are temps. Okay. Banners are where you can wish from. Interesting. So banners are like different reward pools. Okay, okay. Gotcha. All right. That makes some sense. So should we be going with the standard blue one then? Standard is usually where I would start. Okay, blue it is. Buy 7 blue ones. You're the boss. Hang on. Nope. Seven. Nope. 7. Did I do it right? Wrong one. Come on now. Blue. We're here. There we go. Okay, I don't know how I got to that other menu. That was my fault. 7. Purchase. Got him. This is only partly the game's fault. Not that that was a mystery to any of you. So, we've done that now. And now we're going to go back to the gacha menu, where we can make wishes. So, these things I'm cycling between, are each of these banners, then, effectively? Is Beginner's Wish where we should be starting? Far left one? Yeah? So these are all different banners. Got it. Seems like you can only wish times 10 here. But I guess that's not a problem. I guess that's kind of what we're going for. We're going to spend all 8, right? So with the Beginner's Wish... Sorry, this has just turned into learn how gacha works. Sorry, it's not a wrong play anymore. Just gacha 101 now. A 10 set, 20% off. First 10 set will receive Noel. Okay, so Noel's the guaranteed one in there. If we were doing this one, we'd have a different set of different characters. So like, now that I understand like that these are different like reward pools, now it's mapping to my other gacha experiences in ways where I'm kind of getting, okay, I get it. I get kind of what's happening now. Gotcha. This one's just like weapons, it seems like. And just specific sets of characters. Very color-coded. I like it. But okay. Who's ready for wishing? I imagine you are now. You've had to wait a good 10 minutes of talking an old person through a menu to get there. So you've really earned it. This is for all of you. Here we go. There's a siren outside. The gacha police have found me already. Okay, well, we got a sword. Continue. We got a book. And another book. Big club. No one to use it yet that I'm aware of, but big club. New bow, very good. So I see. So a lot of these will give you like, it seems like primarily weapons, but characters as well. Best book in the game, really? Wow. I'm good at this. And a new character who used the big sword. Hooray. And there's our haul. We earned it. Check party setup. Yeah, why not? Let's see about... boy, the menu pop-ups are like overlapping themselves. Okay, let's adjust party members. And... quick setup? Oh, okay, I see. It just gives you another little menu to navigate to do it in. Here, let's... No? There we are. Welcome to the team, my level 1 friend. Let's see. There's so much information on screen all the time. Hello, Noel. Let's go to the menu where there's a lot of other stuff. Hang on. So polite. Large weapons. Got it. Several of them. And very pretty. And also a large club. What do we like, chat? They're all 3-star level 1s. Of varying sorts. This one kind of matches color-wise, but this is also very good. Debate Club is just a very good name for a thing, so yeah, I think chat knows where its heart is at on this one. And I can't blame them. We got artifacts, we got a constellation, talents, which she seems pretty bashful about. Voice clips, of course.
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Charming. All right, well, let's see what you're like. You've got... Is it the same animation or is it different? Is it okay, no, that is the same. Okay, same character skeleton, same animation set. Let's see about attacks. Big swings. Love it.
Leave it all to me.
And, ooh, kind of like a shield and buff thing as her special. Cool. Hold to do a spin. Oh. Spin. Oh, that's fun. And yeah, it really sells the weight of the, sells the weight of the thing in the recovery afterward. I like that. All these are selling the weight of the weapon fairly well. Like, they're fast swings, but with like a longer held wind up and a longer recovery as well that kind of spins her around with it sometimes. It's really nice. Let's do a drop attack. We haven't done that with everyone yet. Whoop. Oh, yeah. Very satisfying. So yeah, I'm starting... I feel like I am starting to get more of what this game is about now, which is nice. Lisa also... Oh, yeah, of course we haven't seen Lisa's drop attack either. Silly me. Come on. Kaya, I'm afraid we're going to be booting you out of the party for a little bit. Which I don't think you'll mind. This is not where I wanted to be. What is the menu that... Oh, go to the inventory to view your gadgets. Gadgets tab. Party popper. Nope. Goodness, there's a lot of stuff. Party setup, here we go.
Here, let me help you.
Perfect, okay. Let's see a plunging attack. Ah, nice. Magically themed. I like it. I like that she also stores the book on her back. Like everyone else's weapons, too. Just kind of hovering back there. Fun. I feel like we should probably call it at this point. Gone a good little bit. But I think we're hitting diminishing returns on what sort of nonsense we can find with what I've unlocked and experienced so far in the game. This has been an interesting attempt at a wrong play. Thank you all for joining me throughout all the, like, weird, bumpy start and everything. There wasn't nearly so much wrong playing in this one either. But we've learned some things. And darn, it is a pretty game. I will give it that. Glad it was still fun. That's what matters. And also, Goofy said hello. And that's also enjoyable. Thank you, Chris2C2, for gifting the subs. It's very kind of you. And also for the Zote. It turns out when you wrong play a wrong play, you get a right play. Well put. I don't know if I mentioned, y'all probably did find, but we do have a bunch more emotes now. And several more that haven't unlocked yet. Hang on, let's switch over to a thing. Let's get some jams going again. Get some of our end credits going. Because that's a thing we have. I assume. Hey, end credit. There we go. Yeah, we got more emotes now. Big thank you to Dan Jones for all the art for them. And most all of these I think all of them, to some extent, are inspired by a lot of the emotes that the folks in the Play Friends Discord community created for themselves. So much inspiration was taken there. And there are more on the way. 3 of them, I think, that have not yet been fully approved, but 2 of them animated. All of them good. Thank you very much to the folks who've been joining today. Thanks to the folks who followed and to the subscribers as well, and folks who gifted out so many subs. Thank you to our moderators who joined us today. Also, thanks for the help. This has been very fun. I've had fun. So I am not streaming nearly as often now, as you'll notice, because I've gotten back to my regular work schedule, so I'm much busier again. But I am wanting to be doing at least 1 stream a week if I can manage it. Usually probably on Wednesday nights like this. That's generally... I should pause Genshin because characters are still idly talking at me, and that's very distracting. Paimon wanted to talk about the tower some more, but I said no. I wonder, it does feel like we should raid... Oh, good. Dan is still on. Phenomenal. And playing some Darkest Dungeon. Still playing Darkest Dungeon, it seems like. Are there more gifted subs? Oh, thank you, Kyle9, for gifting the sub. You're all entirely too generous and very kind, and you're fun to hang out with. And thank you for explaining Genshin Impact to me. I've learned a lot of Genshin Impact. There's still way more to learn, obviously. Way more. Thanks for the Pichu as well. But yeah, thank you for walking me through this because I've learned a lot, but there's clearly still more to learn, and I wouldn't have learned nearly as much if it weren't for all the people in chat who could explain it to me. Wow, this is really kind of a last-minute hype train, huh? Goofs. Oh, and in come the bits. Caffeine and Fearless Sun. And Rakipstar, of course. Thank you. Y'all make this so fun. But yeah, I will aim to be doing some streams on Wednesday nights as a semi-regular thing, if I can. And I'll try to do them like as wrong plays more often than not, too. There are a lot of games I still need footage from, of course, so maybe sometimes it'll just be those. More Final Fantasy V needs to happen. A lot more Pokemon games, too. A lot more. Oh, a hype train cancels the raid command? Good to know. I'll let the train run its course, and when it comes into the station, then. Thank you for all the belated bits, everyone. And this late little hype train. Carrie says thank you as well. Streaming's fun. I'm so glad we're set up for this now. Of course, the hype train is late. Typical public transport. Touche. But yeah, we'll be back to Final Fantasy V and Cult of the Lamb and those other ones down the road as well, because for sure. Maybe sometimes there will be Sunday morning streams when I can, when I've got the time and energy for it, and some other nights when I've got free time. One thing that I'm wanting to do for Final Fantasy V, I spent like a day thinking, like wondering, should I start streaming a different version of 5? Like, because there are various fan translation patches, right? And one that came out somewhat recently, just a couple of years ago, that tried to, that kind of retrofits the GBA translation, or the closest approximation they can, into the Super Nintendo version. Which is cool, but it is like, it's a noticeably different font, a smaller font, to try to squeeze all that stuff in. And, which makes it look somewhat different. On the other hand, it's weird having... I'm trying to figure out a way to get Kryle's name at least spelled right in that original translation. Because for the video I'm wanting to make, I'm going to be mentioning Kryle by name, and it's going to be really weird talking about Kryle the character when when her name is written Kara in text all the time. I spent like a day diving into learning like Baby's first ROM hack 101, trying to get in there and fiddle with it, and I did actually kind of figure out how to do it, but I figured out also enough to like break some things and don't have time to like fully test it or anything. So I've been reaching out to some folks to see if I can get some help with it. Yeah, no, you actually can't. I think the only character you can rename in 5 in the original version is Bartz. Unfortunately. But as ROM hacks go, just changing the name of one character is pretty simple. So like I've been reaching out to see if I can get someone's help with that. Just like it's a thing that I know I can do because I figured out how. It's a lot of time. And time is something I don't have a lot of historically. I did go with Bartz, Luke Mileto. By default, in that translation, it is written Butts, but I went ahead and changed it since Bartz is the kind of the canon name. Batsu. Rikipstar, I mostly put out so much content by optimizing my processes for creating this stuff as best I can, getting help from people like Carrie, who puts in a lot of work on this stuff too. And also, like, it's really fun, so I basically just spend most of my free time doing this stuff. Like, whenever I'm not doing day job stuff, I'm usually working on some version of this stuff. Maybe we did have prompts to rename some of the other characters. Because you meet them early enough that they're not mentioned by name first, right? So you could probably rename Lena. You could probably rename... Well, no, but like those other characters' names, like I've been in there. I've been like dug through the enough of the like the ROM hacking tools to see that Bartz's character name is the only one that's written in as like a value that can be changed in the script. Everyone else's are just like hard-coded isn't the right word, but they're just like hard written in as Lena, Galif, Ferris, Kara, who should be Kryle instead. Thank you all for the lovely hype train, you goofs. And thank you for joining me for this late night, mid-afternoon, or early morning stream, depending on where you are. About that time, huh? Anyway, Dan's probably still streaming and we should raid him. So, all right, which emote are we using with this raid effort? I feel like the goose honks and the no. For most folks, I would say, no, we shouldn't go in and just drop in with no's. But since Dan made it, and he knows exactly why he'll be seeing that one popping up, I think, yeah, throw in hearts, throw in some of the new ones, throw in no's, throw in the hearts. Give him a whole just a variety platter, a buffet of new emotes that he made for us. And give him big thanks from us. I mean, I've thanked him too, and like paid him and all, but like also give him thanks. All right, we've got our rating energy going. I think we're feeling pretty return to sender. It's very good. I'm so excited for y'all to see all the other emotes he made too. They're very good. Go watch Dan play Darkest Dungeon. It's going to be a very different vibe, much more tense, but I have faith in him. He's going to beat it. This raid's going to be kicking off in about 10 seconds, so thank you all again so much for joining. It's been a great time, and I will see you all at the latest around the same time next week. How's that sound? Sound good? All right. Well, y'all go have fun with some Darkest Dungeon, I should have said. That would have been better. Bye!